paying attention.
How's about
I
all
am
them
now.
How about all them Hondurans that
We
thought
are now.
was just gonna let them in?
Anyways, John, now I'm gonna have to proofread all this.
Are we
Yeah,
live?
John.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
John.
What?
Yeah, John.
Huh? What?
I don't know.
Who?
What?
Where?
Who?
Why?
John, what was the tree huggers about anyway?
I just
Why did you
figured
get
I would just
started
go
on
live
the
and
tree
see.
huggers, John?
Come and knock on my door.
Oh, great. There, copyright strike. There we go.
You can
Nice job.
speak
Thanks.
new.
Oh,
We've been on
that
9
took
seconds.
10 seconds.
9 seconds, and I'm already popped. There you go. Hey, welcome to the late night edition of The Closer. What's going on, everybody? Sorry, running way late. We were at doing some trick or treating stuff with a little dude. We were at, we actually went out to Hershey. We're at Hershey Park in the dark, and had plenty of time to get home, and got behind an accident. And what was a 20-minute drive turned into like an hour and 45 minutes. So, I had to get home, get him to bed, all that kind of stuff. So we're here, see what happens. I don't have a whole lot planned because I honestly didn't think I was going to go live. I thought honestly I was going to come home and jump in the shower and get to bed. But we're here. So Rich kept the show open late. Gun Gals is done now. Foreign and Domestic still going with their tribute show. A lot of people, most people probably know because we kind of run in the same circles. But they lost a friend, a fellow YouTuber, this week.
Oh,
so,
that's right. Ed USAF passed
Yep.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're doing kind of a tribute show. I swung over and said hi and whatnot, but
That was hard to listen to some of the chats earlier that were talking about it when it happened, on the day that it happened. It was really hard to listen to some people talk.
yeah, and I guess it was fairly unexpected. I know he was sick, but I don't think they knew anything like that was going to happen. I guess it was pretty unexpected. So that's hard. That's tough. I don't know if it's, it's kind of a double-edged sword too, because I've had people in my family that have had illnesses and have lived a long time with them, and Alzheimer's and things like that, which is a really rough. That's a rough affliction. And on the other side of it, I've had people that the total opposite, where they were like, oh, my grandpa had pneumonia and went into the hospital, and they said he was going to come out and probably be fine, and went to sleep and didn't wake up. So I don't know. I guess it's tough because the unexpected one, sometimes maybe that's kind of a blessing in disguise. I'm not trying to be
As hard as
morbid.
as hard and as difficult as it would be to think of it like that at that time.
Yeah. Well, my grandpa passed away. I talked to my mom the night before. She told me he was in the hospital, and he was like, "Oh, he's doing okay. He's, he'll be okay. He'll be out in a couple of days probably. Why don't you come see him in the morning?" I was at work. It was like a Friday night, and closed up, went home, and my phone rang at like 3:30 in the morning, and it was her. And I just, what else could it be, right? So, yeah. And she was really upset. She's like, I told you not to come see him. I told you he was going to be okay, and he wasn't. I feel so guilty. I said to her, and I've said to other people, if I had it all to do over again and go see him, if I had the choice, they said, what would your choice be? And you guys know my grandpa was super tight. Him and I were super tight, would you rather go and see him for one last time and say goodbye, or, just not knowing, or, would you like him to just have go to sleep and not wake up? I mean, I think it'd be a little selfish to think the other way. So Yeah,
I don't think I could
wouldn't change it.
recommend anything to. I don't think I could recommend any other way to really enjoy whatever last few moments, whether they be difficult or not,
Oh,
and to go spend it with those you love. Because in the end, when they're gone, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. And it's not
Yep.
just family; it's close friends, it's long life partners you have, whether it be work or personal, whatever it may be. Take advantage of the time you have with those people you care about. Take advantage
Yeah.
of it whenever you can.
Yeah, the
As
older
hard
you
as it
get,
may
the
be.
less you realize,
Yeah.
the more you realize that. Yeah, for sure.
Like I try to take advantage of all of you guys, because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring.
But having went through it recently with my mom, the
Yeah.
last few times I saw her, I basically sat in the room with her for an hour or so and watched her sleep, or if she did wake up, she didn't know who I was. And that's tough too. When you remember them, like a year or two before they were fine, they were lucid, they could talk to you. Now all of a sudden, it's not the same person anymore. That's painful.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alzheimer's. I mean, I was actually living with my grandparents. I had gotten out of culinary school and I moved back home, and I was living with them for a little bit while and that's when my grandma started getting bad. That's a bad disease, man. That's bad. I mean, it's hard to be around, and a lot of people, if you've never been around it, there's there's stages, where it'll be a little forgetfulness, and then people get a little worried. They're like, oh man, something's going on, I don't feel right. And then there's a stage where they get really paranoid and angry and abusive, and that's really hard. Coming home as I was 21-ish, coming home, and when I was staying with them, and you kind of have to walk on eggshells. I remember coming home and she wouldn't know who I was, or she'd be really angry, really mean, just mean is the only way you can describe it. And she'd swear at me and my grandpa and stuff. She'd call the cops on my grandpa, and it got to the point where he had to move out, and my aunt stayed with her and stuff like that. So, but it's
Rough, dude.
Yeah.
So when my mom used to work in a nursing home when I was like 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, and constantly saw that stuff all the time. Family coming over to see their aunts, their grandmothers, grandfathers, their uncles, whatever it may be, and just the response they got sometimes, and just like their eyes look like they're, whatever the terminology is for it, and they look at them as just like, who the hell are you? And was hard to watch, even as a really young boy that I was at that time. It was just yeah, not easy.
Yeah, and it's tough because I've up to that point had been very lucky and hadn't dealt with a whole lot of that. I hadn't had to deal with a lot of that. Yeah. So it was tough. And and my grandpa and I being so tight, to see him going through it too was really rough. And she called the cops on him and told him he was cheating on her. He was like 80 years old. You know what I mean? Like what? Yeah. I'm sure. He's hot stepping it downtown with with the chicks. It's like, no, he's 80. He ain't. No. They're asking about Ape. I don't know. Ape will work some weird hours though. So he's probably at work. I didn't hear from him. Sometimes he'll shoot me an email, let me know he's going to work late. Sometimes not. When I wasn't live too, and when I didn't go on time, he might have. Who knows? He might have just decided not to. Gun channel side, you got Pants down there.
Guys, can I ask you a question?
Who's got their pants
Sure.
down?
Everybody down in gun channels. That's where the party's at.
Is your chat window on YouTube open, or is it disabled, or is it just my page?
It must be you because I've got chats. Yep.
Huh. Let me refresh.
I've got the chat, and I've got the gun channels, and I've got YouTube's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's say we got still got 23 people watching. That's cool. Moo was first. Long time no see, Moo. Actually, I think I did see it last week. C4, Obnoxious, Gun Snob, Kingpin, Snob's Wife, Einstein, YP's out there, Shark Cane's out there. Psycho, what's going on, buddy? Ashley J, how's it going? Gizzard, Sam of Anarchy. Ozzy, what's going on, Ozzy? How you doing?
We got a full house on gun channels too.
Mad Sexy, yeah. There's a bunch of people down there. That's what I was saying. There's 3 or 4 people down there. Gun Snob's not in here, is he? No. Vandalistica, what's going on, buddy? No, the wife's out there. How's it hanging? She's upstairs taking a snooze, taking a rest. Revolver, what's up? Cool. When Pants says, "What's YouTube?" I don't know. I've never heard of it. I don't know. I'm new to all this shit, though. I don't know.
Whatever it is, gun channels is best.
So what's going on with you guys? Giz, what's going on?
Man, just living the dream. About all I can tell you. Waited all night for you to get here, and thanks for the invite.
No, absolutely. Sorry I'm late.
That's all right.
Did my best. Grim, were you with the accident too? I hope not.
Oh, that's why I couldn't jump on Rich's chat.
Oh shit.
No.
Oh man.
No, I just busy working. I think I am gonna seriously have to proofread what I was writing while Rich's chat was going on, but that's about all.
Well, I have a feeling that 9mm just accidentally hid Einstein out there.
Nope.
I was trying to see what he did, but I didn't see.
I don't think he did anything. I think she probably.
No,
she's on her phone. She probably. Yeah.
He didn't even post, did he?
Yeah, he said hi or something up there. Maybe he said hi a little bit too aggressively. I don't know.
And that's as far as she let him go.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, what the hell is she doing up there? Jorge's now.
Yeah, George is gone too.
Jesus,
did she fall asleep on her phone?
I bet she probably did. Oh my God, Snob's wife was timed out. What is she doing up there?
Jesus
Holy
Christ!
All Snob's wife said was "Hi, sexy."
Don't say anything.
Christ.
Don't comment. Just don't comment.
Oh, she has the dog with her. So the dog, she's got the dog with her, and she's okay. Let's see. Okay, Jorge was hidden. Some messages were deleted. Jorge was okay. Jorge's on. Okay, I just want to make sure nobody's banned that doesn't deserve it.
I'm not saying a word now.
Yeah, you better
don't comment.
You better stay out of that. Man, she's ruthless. Son of a bitch.
And you're stuck with her, so you better be careful.
Oh man, I've done it once or twice, but I've never
seen anybody
going up.
I timed out the 2 hidden ones, or fixed the hidden ones.
Yeah, that's fine then.
She was playing whack-a-mole.
Yeah, she was on a band bender. So John, what's new with you, buddy?
I'm really afraid to say anything right now. No, but yeah, I woke up. I was getting ready to go driving tonight, and then my sight went all blurry. So I'm just waiting for my medication to kick in because I can't really see too much of anything.
No shit.
Yeah, my blood pressure just like went up like nuts.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh. Hide your goats.
Yeah, so I woke up. I was ready to go to work. I couldn't see shit, so I came online, hang out with you guys.
Yeah. Who needs to see shit?
Yeah.
We're nothing to look at anyway. It's better off.
I could have gone driving or talking with you guys. No big difference. I can't say either way. Yeah, so thanks for the invite. Glad to be here as always. And thank you everyone for joining us.
Absolutely, man. What are they saying? Apes out there? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, yes.
There he is. He smelled the bananas. I always keep like a little like a banana over to the side of that way I can he can smell it. He knows where to come. Rich, what's going on, man? How was the show tonight?
Crazy. I still haven't
You
figured
got
out
G on there?
Yeah, G
You
was
good panel?
on there. Gary was on there. Rupan was on there. John was on there.
Woohoo!
Yeah, you guys just slid over here, huh?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Rupan, what's going on, man?
Just fooling around in Rich's chat. Thanks for the invite. I threw a $300 worth of M Carbo stuff on my Kel-Tec Sub 2000. I'm gonna put the video of me doing it up on GunTube after I do some shooting to make sure I didn't ruin anything. But yeah, I kind of don't like it, all of it, but I like some of it. So we'll see.
Very cool. So are you showing anything on YouTube? Or are you gonna do it all on GunTube?
I'm gonna do a very short video of me going, here it is, go to GunTube. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that way I don't get zucked out of YouTube.
Jimenez Tooth is in the house. Roe Cruz is here. Has he got his red vines and his popcorn? He's ready to go. He's got a face full of popcorn. He's got a mouthful of popcorn and ready for a nap. Good to go. Sarge, what's going on in your world?
Oh, nothing. Been a long weekend. Glad to be off. Glad to be here. Thank you for the invite.
No, absolutely. Got any new videos?
Yeah, I tried my hand at unboxing, and I did one on the Alpha Outpost box I got this week, or bag I got this week. So
I saw it pop up, but I did not watch it yet.
Oh, well, thank you for the support. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I will continue to not support you as little as possible, as much as I can.
I'll just watch it when you get a chance to tell me whether it's any good. Tell me if any fix it.
Yeah.
See, now I can feel that came straight from the heart.
Is that where it came from?
Outlaw, what's going on?
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
What's happening? How's the yob?
I love the yob. It's
the
great.
Yob is good. The yob is good.
It is great.
Awesome.
I'm having myself a blast.
Can I ask you something? What's a yob?
A yob? That's where you work. You make the monies. The yob.
Yeah.
That yob.
You bring home the bacon.
The bacon. The yob. The
I thought maybe Ellis had an alien kid that he was pining over. My yob, where's my yob?
My yob.
My yob.
Rock salesman.
It's a fun yob.
So my question to you, first gun you sold, was it a Glock?
No, it was a Ruger.
Yeah.
Right on.
Ruger.
I can't wait till he sells a Glock.
How many times a day do you bundle that Chris Vector?
There's no Chris Vectors in the store.
Really?
For you.
What kind of gun shop is that?
Yeah.
But they do have my Galil.
But they don't have your Chris, and you can't shoot
Ace.
on your Chris.
An Ace?
Yes. They have the Ace.
They have the Ace in the hole. Gotcha.
And it is a sweet, sweet rifle.
Mm-hmm.
A sweet rifle. You get it?
So what you're saying is you're fondling that, and therefore it can't be on the Supreme Court anytime.
Oh, I've been fondling the hell out of it.
Oh.
Along with several other beautiful pieces.
I'm guessing there's going to be I'm guessing there's going to be a steep discount on it, right?
Yeah. Sticky fingers.
Yeah, it's well used apparently.
No, it's $1,800. I'll not be picking that one up anytime soon.
That's not used. It's called abused.
So what was the Ruger you sold?
LCP.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
So,
LCP 2 or just an LCP?
Just an LCP.
LCP 1.0.
Well, apparently, Daniel doesn't know about your new job. Tell him what you're doing, Ellis.
I'm selling freedom.
And freedom accessories.
And freedom
seeds.
My name's Ellis. I sell freedom and freedom accessories.
Would you like to see a new blog? Thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am now employed by Palmetto State Armory. So,
yeah. Has Ellis ever tried to do the Dale Gribble voice?
The what? The who?
Dale from.
Dang it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby.
What's wrong with you, boy?
And that is how you cook a perfect medium rare steak.
I don't trust the government very much. That guy.
What the hell are you people talking about?
King of the Hill, bro.
I have never watched that shit.
Beavis and Butthead's neighbor. Come on, man.
Right, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Man, what's wrong with you? But everybody, you know what
the government is secretly using the mail system to identify
the old boy's been whacking it in my trailer again.
So I work with the real life Boomhauer. So
really? Put that thing away. You're gonna kill somebody.
I'm floating around out there for sure.
Oh, well.
What did Boomhauer do for a living? Anybody remember? They showed it once.
He was a playboy, wasn't he?
No.
I'll tell you
In the very last episode, they show what he did for a living. What was it?
Was he a secret agent or something, or worked for the government? I can't
remember.
remember.
No, that was Dale Dribble.
You're close, Rupan.
Rusty Shackelford.
He was a car salesman.
Panel has the same job.
He was an Uber driver?
No.
Before Uber.
He was an English teacher.
No. No.
He was a Texas Ranger.
That would have been freaking hilarious, but no.
I don't know what
Texas Ranger? I go with Gary.
Yes.
Gary got it, not me.
Ranger. He was a police officer.
Yeah.
At the end of the episode, he's doing a pocket dump on his dresser. He pulls out a badge holder, sits it down, and it was a Texas Ranger shirt.
Mad Sexy says you don't accept super chat no mo. Sure. You just gotta drive it. You can't send it through the internet. So you gotta drive $5 to my house. Revolver says, have you been seeing the NPC memes? They're hilarious but accurate. NPC, what's that?
Non-playable
those are the memes that everybody's face is the same, and they were using it for everything. Democrat.
There's been a lot of funnies. There's been a lot of Abe says Boomhauer was a federal marshal.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of so the meme is that they have like a grayed out face, and it's kind of like some of them have computer code, and it's like, people are so stupid, and it's kind of like calling a lot of normies or a lot of people who are very political tribal.
It's little got me in the feels guys is who they are. The little ones that get in the feels.
Yeah.
Oh, in the feels. Oh.
They all look like corn stalks, and they all look the same.
Can't see it.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah.
One of them was like a SWAT team guy, and it was like, if there's a dog in the house, shoot. Like, this is a joke on. Apparently, SWAT teams kill dogs a lot. Apparently, I don't know.
No.
And or spray him in the face with the fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
I think that's a better way to go for sure. Hey,
spray him in the dog face.
Ouch! Right in my dog face. Outlaw, does Palmetto sell? Do they do used guns or is it new guns only? Do they take trade-ins?
New guns only. They do not do the trade-ins or anything like that.
No.
Nope.
That's where you can make out like a bandit, man. Somebody trades in something cool and you snatch it up.
Now.
Oh, I seen a very nice M1 yesterday.
Could they barter like a private sale if you wanted to buy something and then that person was able to spend the money in there?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. They strictly sell new guns. All sales are final.
No, I meant, would they have a problem if, say, you know, somebody brought something in? Oh, I want to trade. Well, we don't trade. Well, I'll buy that. And then you bought it?
No, well, the private sale, they don't care.
Okay.
So you just gotta pay attention and snatch them up when they come in.
Mm-hmm. Offer them like 25, 30 cents on the dollar.
There was a guy that brought in a yesterday, as a matter of fact, an M1 Garand in excellent condition. I mean, and everything was original. It was an absolutely beautiful gun. He was trying to sell it.
What do you want for it?
1,800. But it was worth it. He had papers of authenticity and everything else with it, including the bayonet.
No. That's a lot. 1,800 is a lot. I mean, I don't know what a really nice one goes for. You know what I mean? I'm used to seeing them in like the $1,200 range, something like that.
Well, he had papers of appraisal and all this other crap. So it was a very
Travis. So for all those
nice, right?
For all those that don't know what a NPC is, this is what it is basically. And they have like 1 million out there, and they're pretty funny.
Donald Trumped. I like the looks of that guy. Good looking guy. Good looking fella.
And his hands are huge.
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 Mia Staub's wife is really, really having a fit out there about getting timed out, man. She's not happy at all. Missouri fan, and what's going on? Angelina, what's happening? He's going to build a wall. They're going to need a big ass wall if those. Well, did that gaggle of people stop now, or what's going on?
The Mexicans built a fence on a bridge and stopped them. Apparently.
Really? The Mexicans did.
Yeah, the Mexicans did.
They didn't want to piss us off.
Knew Mexico was going to let them through. Yeah, they got played.
I thought you were going to say they built a ramp.
No, they built this massive fence on this bridge that they were trying to cross. And it's like on the other side of the fence is nothing but armed police officers.
Yeah, last I had heard they were talking about there was a I don't know much about it. I just know people were questioning whether I know the National Guard would be appropriate, but he was talking about bringing active military in down there. I don't know if that's something that would ever happen or not.
Apparently, the Mexican government made a deal with Trump that they would stop them before they crossed the Mexican border. Apparently, they didn't want him putting the military on their border.
Share it with us, John. Share it.
Very cute.
What's the matter?
You want me to share that?
Yeah, share it up, man.
All right. Give me 1 second.
I sent John the last meme I made.
Give me.
Yeah, I know. A lot of that property down south there is what is private property, right? So they're going to send an active duty military to private property.
I don't know. That's what I mean. Yeah. I think that's just something he was saying, and it started popping up. Like, I don't think that's allowed. No, I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
I think they own like a little bit of space right up at that border. The feds own it, but I think they better be freaking careful with some of those ranches in Texas and stuff. A lot of weird hunts and exotic animals and all sorts of crazy shit happens over there, from what I've heard. I don't know how true it all is, but they better have some good guns. They have to set up like fobs there. Be real careful. Forget about NTC. They're going to be doing some good training over in Texas.
You guys see the meme?
Hold on a sec.
Lock it on, oh.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
That's what Jared sent me. Oh,
Gun Jesus.
Boy.
Gun Jesus got you, bro.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I threw the caption on there in the Yao Ming face. I thought that it was too depressing. It had like the actual guy's face.
That was funny.
Did you guys did you guys know that you can buy glow in the dark candy now? Candy?
Yeah, I saw that on
Instagram
now.
That's like gold, dude.
Is it? I never knew that, man. Kid came home the other day with some trick or treat jazz, man, and there was a Kit Kat, or no, there's a peanut butter cup. Peanut butter cup in there. It glows in the dark. The wrapper glows in the dark. That's pretty cool. Calaveras, what's going on? Calaveras did a show last night. If you guys didn't know.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, I watched it.
Huh. Missouri Phantom says, I'm curious as to what the caravan will do when they get to the border, if they haven't already. Well, that's what we were saying. Apparently, I don't know. What have you guys heard anything about it? Have they stopped? Have they turned around? Or has it just stalled out?
Supposedly, it's reached about 10,000, and people were talking about it last week, I believe, mentioning how like terrorists were getting into that caravan as well.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. I don't know. Could be ugly. If anybody's looking for a 5.56 AR barrel, Ellis knows somebody. Not saying he has one to sell.
Does he know Mr. FN?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Something tells me this poor kitty wasn't licking sugar.
I think it's a DC machine. 16-inch M4 profile, 1x9 twist. 1/9 twist.
Yeah, I like it when the chubby checker does the 1/9 twist.
Trump said he was going to send the military to turn them away and sanction the countries they traveled through if they arrived at our border. Einstein. Oh, he's Einstein. He knows. He knows stuff. He's smart.
Sarge, that was just wrong, man. That's just wrong.
Hey, Ellis, is this what you look like when you walked into PSA on your first day of work?
That's what I look like when I walk into PSA on any day of work.
That was what he looked like when he hung the phone up. When he hung the phone up after they called him and told him he was hired.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's when they handed him the keys to the Glock counter.
Here, you look like a man that could sell some Glocks.
No. See, there are no keys to the Glock counter because nobody's going to steal that piece of crap.
Oh, come on now. Thought you were selling freedom.
Glock 40.
I am. I'm selling Embers and CZs and SIG and Berettas, Rugers. I'm selling all kinds of freedom.
Hey, freedom is freedom. It can't be biased.
The question is, are you an AR owner or a K owner?
Uh-oh. Holy crap, John! You sounded like you were eating styrofoam there.
Did they bomb New York?
Yeah.
We should only be lucky.
What the hell did you say, John?
I'm not really sure.
Something like that.
Yeah,
we couldn't hear you, buddy.
Are you an AR owner or are you an AK owner?
Who you asking me?
I am a AR owner that shoots an AK round.
Well, if you take a look at this meme, you'll see why.
It looks like Slim Cowboy a little bit. Meh. Look at my pistolas. Meh. Yes. Indubitably. 44 mag. Yeah.
Cool. Pleasantly.
But I will eventually own an AK.
I own both. I changed the bottom of that picture and I added that crazy dude. He's kind of doing the crazy chicken.
Something.
Hey.
You see this one?
We're only seeing half of it, John.
Everyone has the right to free speech, even if it offends you. Independent thought. Alarm.
Bullshit, John. That's not what your screen's showing.
Yeah, that's right.
We can see that you made payments.
Yes.
We can see the payments you made to the porn shop though.
That wasn't the porn shop. That was Pornhub.
Oh wow, Pornhub an awful lot. I've never seen anybody have to be in was in debt to Pornhub before.
I'm still trying to figure out how Stormy Daniels' lawyer doesn't think that being in the porn industry is a sex worker. I don't know if any of you saw that one. Well, I know some.
I don't know, but people gave her money, man.
Yeah, she was getting money for sex. She wasn't getting paid for sex. Really?
What'd she do? She robbed everybody by gunpoint. She fucked them at gunpoint.
What was it for?
It was for her new book.
She's the only stripper to give refunds and the only porn actress to work at gunpoint. You know,
her lawyer's gun.
Yeah. Wouldn't doubt it, John. Wouldn't doubt it.
And mic drop.
Oh, by the way, apparently her lawyer also said something about running against the president and kicking his ass in 2020.
Her lawyer said that?
Yes. Her lawyer was saying that he's going to run in 2020 and kick Trump's ass.
No, okay.
Okay.
Somebody might kick Trump's ass, but I don't think it'll be him.
I don't know that anybody. I mean, I don't know that anybody's going to kick his ass. I mean, he might lose if he runs, but I don't know that. I mean, there's a lot of people that are digging what he's doing, man.
We got people in the chat wanting to know if there's a bracket.
No, you want to do a bracket out there in the chat? Let me know. We'll throw a bracket together.
I'm up for a good bracket.
I got 2 brackets already ready to go.
Okay.
Of course.
I didn't know if I was going to do one on my show or not.
Oh. You can do a bracket.
Do we want to do the part 2 of the ballad bracket from last week on my show, or do we want to do soundtrack songs?
Do you say salad bracket? Like what? The best salads?
Ballad. You know, like 80s ballad.
Yeah, salad. Like lettuce, chicken.
No.
Yeah, like there would be like what, 3? Top 3?
We did part
Top
1 of that
10.
last week.
Jorge says top 10 AR companies. I don't know enough about ARs, really.
No, I will say because of the Crazy Scotsman, there is at least one song on this ballad bracket that isn't actually a ballad.
Oh, 9mm wants to do Halloween candy. Should we do Halloween candy since we did it last week?
Yeah, really.
Thanks for watching the show.
I was like, wow.
I was working nights last week, but I could only assume that Circus Peanuts had to win.
No.
Circus Peanuts for the win. I'll shake my fist.
I mean, what could beat out Circus Peanuts?
Candy corn's
I
one.
would bet candy corn one.
We took Circus
I
Peanuts.
did jump in for just a few minutes. That's right. I'm sorry.
We took Circus Peanuts and we embedded old candy corn inside of them for texture.
And then coated them in old candy corn.
That'd be a perfect place to hide them because no one would ever find them inside the candy corn.
What
happened? Said I ate a salad once.
I do not like candy corn. Shit's nasty.
Candy corn's all right. Could be worse.
No,
I'd bullshit. I'd rather have that than some of those hard. Not even like we're talking about black licorice, like not even like Twizzlers like are gummy black licorice, but like a hard black licorice candy. There's no appeal at all.
Real licorice.
Some of the old timey licorice
Yeah,
has no redeeming qualities. None.
No.
Yeah,
You gotta drink it down with Moxie.
the real old black licorice candy that had like racist names and stuff that you're not allowed to say anymore.
Oh,
had to reach and rename them.
Get it out of a jar on the counter and close it back up.
Maybe you could just soak them in Moxie. Maybe that'd improve the taste.
Moxie.
There's one. Best Halloween or scary movie. You wanna do scary movie bracket? Yeah, but
this one's pretty funny. He copied Louder with Crowder, Changed My Mind.
There's a lot of these. Yeah, there's a lot of those out there. They have that Crowder thing.
Yeah,
Glock 40. AR, yeah. Dog down there saying money for sex hooker, money for sex on camera is a porn star.
I about lost him when I saw where he said that, though. She didn't have sex for money.
Yeah.
How do you call it?
It's a very thin line, isn't it?
Well, you can give it away for free, but you can't.
That's
do
right.
it on camera.
You can't sell it.
You can't charge for it unless it's on camera.
Yeah, I was gonna say that there's where's the line between having sex for money and or goods and having sex for retirement when that old dude dies? Like, there's a line there, but it's not very thick.
But I love him. I do. I love him.
Mm-hmm.
We're going all Anna Nicole Smith on this year, chat.
I love his money. I mean,
Oh, this one's pretty funny. Elizabeth Warren is 1/1000th Native American. DNA doesn't matter. She's still Native American because her parents told her so.
Why does that dude got a face like a hammerhead shark? That's what
he's always
melting.
He's always in the communist memes. They always
like,
have that dude.
His head's melting from the stupidity level.
He looks like Glenn from The Walking Dead last year.
Oh, that's horrible. Maybe I'll find you.
No, they always use him in the communist memes.
Yeah.
The communism's great.
He could look like Butthole Mouth from Preacher.
Okay then.
Hey, Jumpy, what's going on?
You guys never watched Preacher?
Nope. Vanessa Kitty says, I like searching for the candy eggs, the large candy-coated foamy things. Hard to find anywhere.
So did we transition to Easter from Halloween, or?
I just thought I misread it.
You skip Halloween and Thanksgiving, go straight to Christmas. Just go. Just do a Christmas bracket and get it over with.
You know what? It doesn't matter what it is. A freaking peanut butter cup should win. That's what matters.
Slim
I just can't. I can't figure out what candy.
I've got a bracket. I got a bracket for you. You want a bracket? Your bracket.
Top 5 Slim Jim.
No. The top,
banana bread before bed makes the beast sleep.
The top guns for
that email I sent you.
So there you go. The top guns to give it for Christmas.
Banana bread.
Glock.
A Red Ryder carbine repeater with the thing.
Midnight. Did you see that email I sent you?
Yes, I did.
I got Yankee to say that on this chat.
I did not. I was like, is that supposed to be like super racist or super ridiculous or super goofy?
Ridiculous. It's something my youngest one was saying the other day. He was sending that to his mom on the way home from baseball practice. He said, I'm going to send her something really cryptic. And she said back, you want drugs? What are you talking?
Hey, where's that little meme he had earlier with the cat?
Yeah.
Oh, Vanessa said,
Banana bread before bed makes the beast sleep.
Yes,
the peeps
Easter
are out
can.
anyway.
Freaking peeps every single holiday.
Halloween peeps, Easter peeps.
Yep. They just
Peeps
change the
every
color.
time.
You get orange ones. You get the peeps that are like little pumpkins. They're like pumpkin peeps. I'll tell you what I had the other day, and this is I know I'm way behind the trend here or whatever, but I never had I got a snowball, like Taste Cake snowballs or whatever. They kind of suck.
Yes, they do.
What is a peep?
A peep is a marshmallow chicken.
Gary can explain it, right?
It's practically
Holy shit.
That's what they're called?
It's basically a marshmallow that's covered in like a really finely, real fine granulated sugar.
Peeps. Are those the things people do experiments on by lighting them on fire?
Yeah.
That's the thing you put in the microwave and make
the only way they're good is if you burn them.
Yeah, now I know what you're talking about.
Gizzard's going to take over the world slowly by giving people diabetes.
And he's going to take care of those people that burn.
Your mother have to heat it up.
I will be in charge.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
Peep, peep.
Cluck, 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 cluck.
Cluck, 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 cluck,
Marshmallow. Zeus is saying marshmallow birds from hell. Yeah.
They're
marshmallow coated with food-colored sugar. That's right.
Marshmallow will eat those marshmallows.
Guys, Gary's
What
just
the hell?
What marshmallow would eat all those marshmallows?
Knives. What the hell's up with your logo?
Knives.
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 What's his logo? I can't read. What is that? It ain't the turtle. Where'd the turtle go?
It's a Darth Vader mask covering the turtle head.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's been like that for weeks
It
now.
says grizzly.
Oh, well, he must have changed it again.
turtle.
Turtle.
Yeah, he just wants his chocolate. He doesn't want a peep. He wants a chocolate.
Eat a chocolate covered.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't want to throw her business out there because I didn't want you guys to jump all over thinking it's weird. But yeah, the wife likes to open up the pack of peeps and let them get like super dry, and then she likes to eat them. They're
So
like worse
she's
than normal.
Peep pecker? She's a peep pecker?
Don't they end up like circus peanuts?
No, they're hard as a rock on the outside. They get really hard on the outside. Yeah, she said up there. She said I only like hard peeps. Then she changed it. Then she changed
chocolate turtle.
And she said stale peeps. I should rephrase. And so that was a good catch. That was a good catch. That was a good catch.
Stale peeps.
The pants says 9mm Lost World War II.
It did?
He's got a point.
9mm. Just saying.
Better watch it, or she'll block us all.
Yeah, dog bodies. He says might as well do a Christmas bracket. You see the Walmart has their Christmas crap out already. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. As soon as
Jumpy is begging Ellis out in the chat to buy him in 10mm. Yeah.
I'm a what?
10mm.
Hey, Angelina likes hard peeps too.
What's one for
Well,
Christmas?
they gotta tell you what. There's a Coke Delta Elite sitting in the cabinet at work. All
You
you
just
have
come
to
and take it.
all you
How much
have
is
to
that?
do is move to the state of South Carolina, and you can walk in and buy it.
He doesn't want to pay for it, I don't think.
He doesn't want to pay for it. He wants you to buy it for him.
Well,
Yeah.
see, that ain't happening. If I buy
He'll have to jump over the counter.
And he'll share his diet with you.
if I buy a Coke Delta Elite, I'm going to keep it for myself.
How much
That's
is that
just
run?
greedy.
How much is that running?
He's telling people to buy a 10mm for themselves. Hey, they do sell Glock in 10mm, Ellis.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
they do.
Yeah, it's 20, right?
Did you hear what Travis asked, Ellis? How much is that?
How much is the Delta Elite?
I have no clue. I didn't look at the price.
Oh,
Too
come
bad.
on. You got to look at the price.
You can afford it.
Well, that's true, but I still like to know the
Why
price.
would I look at something when I know it's out of my price range by several $100s at this
Well,
point?
why the hell not?
Several
I don't know. When I
hundred,
go to a
that's
gun
it.
show, I look at a goddamn deagle. I'm never gonna buy one.
Hey, Ellis.
Yes.
Ellis. You know what's really nice is some guy brought a Delta Elite and a Colt Python in his shop the other day, and he let me shoot him. It was nice.
Oh,
In
snap.
the shop?
Yeah, his uncle passed away a couple of years ago, and they were passed down. They finally, whatever.
What's funny about that, Gary?
No, I'm looking what Angelina posted over there.
Oh, it's like, wow. Oh my God.
Well, then you don't need to worry about anybody on this panel. Then don't worry.
That's cold-hearted. He's just laughing at everything you're saying.
You know what? I actually took a picture of both. I'll post it later on Instagram.
Yeah, Dog says, "What kind of gun salesman are you, Hatfield?" Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I go to the goddamn gun show. I'll pick up a single action Peacemaker. I know I'm never gonna buy it, but I want to look at that damn thing and see how much it is.
Well, we happen to have one of those in the case too, if you want.
And you always say you're going to come back later. You got to look at the rest of the stuff.
Oh, Ellis, you're too biased.
Good God, we need marriage counseling. We need marriage counseling out there in the freaking chat now.
Those two still at it?
Yeah.
Christ.
Snob is smacking his own wife around out there.
Jesus Christmas.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
You know, Snob's wife.
Got that backwards. I think she's probably beating the shit out of him.
Nope.
No, he's got the wrench and the hammer, not her.
Snob's wife. You know, you go over to Patreon, you join my Patreon, you get a wrench. I'm just saying.
Should do like Mia.
Well, for enough money, one of the other mods will take care of it for you.
That's true. Jesus Christ, he goes, I'll fix her mouth.
Send me 50 to my PayPal. I'll take care of it for you.
Oh,
You know how
it's
they're
not
always-
even a lot of money. The MSRP is $1,200.
You know how they're always talking about how many people a year are killed with hammers? It's going to happen to Gun Snob while he's sleeping. He's going to get a hammer to the
Especially blue hammer.
Wow. Might be a cell phone shoved down his throat.
something.
Whatever you
He's
do,
going to have to
don't-
lock himself in his shop.
if you're going to kill him, just don't shoot him, damn it. We don't need the bad press anymore.
That's true.
Hey, Muscle Dog, it says that gun is $1,200 retail. The Delta Elite XE. I don't know what the XE stands for.
Uh-oh. She's back. She is not to be stopped. She's a fucking Terminator. Just keeps coming and coming. Coming after you, Snob.
He in trouble.
Mhm.
I don't know,
Somebody's
Snob. You're
sleeping
getting
on the
yourself.
couch or in his office tonight.
That's not even your real name. Poor guy.
Well, Gun Snob's not his real name either.
Yeah.
It's
I
not.
think it is. I think it might be.
You're not even my real dad.
Well,
You're not my real dad.
Awful uncommon first name, the.
What's going on?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
see, look where you started. Snob's wife. Now I have her here.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Here,
He
say
said
hi to
she-
Midnight. You might as well. You already yelled.
What's up, Midnight?
Hey, how you doing, Mrs. Reaper?
Dying times.
She said she's using her first married name.
Oh.
How long till the third one? How long till the third married name pops up here?
Hey, wait, this is going not very long.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to bed.
all
See
right.
you, buddy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Y'all take care. I will see you all tomorrow at some point. I'm off, so
Well, if you're off, why are you going to sleep?
Yeah, really.
because my
What the
ass
hell,
is
man?
tired. That's why.
Well,
tired
I don't
of
want
being-
to know what you've been doing with that.
Warsaw says, by the way, you think guns are dangerous. Some guy raised a pet tiger cub, and a year later, the Bill man, wait, And a year later, the bill man picks up Red, opened the locked apartment door, and found the guy dead on the ground. Well, that's what's going to, hey.
That's what happens when you do something stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, holy crap, man.
Anyway, good night, guys. I will catch you all later.
Yeah, good night.
Night, Buttercup.
Chocolate Turtle is out there again.
Yeah.
See, and Jumpy's thinking himself, well, that guy would have just had a 10mm.
Yeah.
A Delta Elite.
Mr. Knives is farting on chocolate now.
Yeah.
Yeah, turtle's farting on chocolate. Yeah. Or is the turtle farting out chocolate?
I don't know, man, because it's already in
like
the whole bar. I don't know.
Well, you never know.
On his own.
Hey, Kinky, what's going on? Tigers eat slowly.
Was there anything missing?
From what?
John.
From the guy that got eaten by the tiger.
Everything? He was eaten by a damn tiger, John.
So they have no proof it was even a robbery.
What?
What? The tiger was robbing the guy?
What?
The place was robbed. They don't even have any proof now.
Warsaw's talking about the guy kissing a snapping turtle and got bit in the face and lip. Yeah, that dude. He has this.
Was Ernest P. Worrell.
No, there's a dude that has a channel that pops up every once in a while on my feed or my suggested, and I'll watch it. His channel it's basically like he'll let like animals either bite or sting or whatever him and describe it or whatever.
So what you're saying is this guy is a dumbass to begin with.
Yeah, he's kind of he's a little weird. He's a little weird dude, but there's like what are the big wasps? The big hornets. Not bullet hornets. Shit. There's one.
I'm waiting for him to let a king cobra bite him.
I don't know if it'll do anything like that, but
it'll take his whole head off.
Coyote Peterson. Yeah, that's who it is. Or I know his name's Coyote. I know it goes by Coyote. Yeah. Oh, that's not who he's talking about. Because he did it, I think. Oh, maybe it was somebody else. I don't know. The good news for me is I'm already in bed, so no couch for me tonight. Gun snob. Gary's putting dad jokes out there. Nobody hates cinnamon. Cinnamon's awesome. I love cinnamon. Tarantula. Was it the tarantula hawk? That was the one. Yeah, that's the one. Horrible.
Tarantula hawk.
Yeah, they call it a tarantula hawk. It's this big, huge, freaking wasp.
What kind of prehistoric beast is that?
Oh, it's one that lays its eggs in the tarantula, and the babies hatch inside the tarantula and eat it alive. It's really nasty.
Which one are we looking at, Warsaw? The turtle one?
Sarge's face. Sarge. Thoroughly disgusted.
What was it?
All right, we'll look it up here.
Snapping turtle bites guy's nose.
That's pretty good description.
Yeah, that's what he put.
All you gotta do is sing to it.
Snapping turtle bites guy's nose.
Nose.
Well, this ought to be horrible. They're known for their gentle bite, so
yeah.
Well, listen all the time to Ernest, man. All you gotta do is sing to it.
What do you call that? Eskimo kiss turtles. When you rub noses? Isn't that what it was?
What song was it that they sang to that damn turtle in that movie?
I like turtles.
Oh yeah, I did see this video.
Let's see it.
All right, hold on a second here.
Where's that banana bread?
The banana bread will put the turtle to sleep.
That's what they used to. You know, they used to call that was Sarge's nickname in high school, Banana Hawk. That's what they used to call him.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, do that face again. Let's see that. Let's see that face again. Oh, Banana Hawk.
Take a screenshot or something.
Hey, come into the locker room. Oh, watch out. Here comes old Banana Hawk again.
Banana mustache.
Mia's like, what the F?
If you guys don't watch it, I'm going to shave it off.
All right. Am I sharing? I should be sharing, right?
I see nothing.
Yes.
Sharing is caring.
Yes. Nope. Lock it on your screen.
No, don't do it.
Do it, baby.
What in the hell?
Do it now.
Oh,
dude! I'll tell you what. He's made
not
out
even
like
bleeding. What the hell?
He made out like a bandit.
Oh, he's so lucky.
He got
a little cut on his lip. What is he
made
crying
out like
about?
a bandit. I honestly thought
he's trying to make out.
I thought
he's trying to make out with the turtle. What did he expect was going to happen?
I'm disappointed.
Was that Ellis?
Sarge was hoping his nose would have got completely bit off.
I'm disappointed. That's all I can say.
He still had his nose on. That's not exciting.
Yeah, and he bit him in his lip.
He fed the turtle banana bread.
He was trying to tongue the thing.
In 20 years, that turtle's going to come back and accuse him of rape, and that guy will never be on the Supreme Court.
Yeah. I've seen pictures of dudes that have lost like chunks of their finger and tips of their fingers from snapping turtles and shit. That guy made out like a bandit.
Like Smokey and the Bandit?
It's some bitch. Daddy, my hat flew off. Wish your goddamn head was in it.
Yeah, well, your damn head was in it.
Wish your goddamn head was in it.
Look, Daddy, an alligator. That reminds me. I'm gonna call your mama when we get home.
When we get home, I'm gonna punch your mama in the mouth.
In the mouth.
Another good one too is when they're behind the funeral procession.
That was in one.
He sure had a whole lot of friends. Yeah, this son of a bitch. If they'd have cremated this son of a bitch, we'd be kicking up Mr. Bandit's ass right about now. Yeah. Worse off since have we ever seen a badger fight a cougar? No. I've never seen a badger
win.
fight a Badgers are mean, man.
Honey badger, hands down.
Yep. Honey badger gets bit by the cobra, falls over dead. 5 minutes later, gets up and kicks the cobra's ass.
You know why? That's because honey badger don't give a shit.
Yep. Hey, how about this? Top 10 Buford T. Justice quotes. Or Buford T. Justice bracket.
Buford T. Justice bracket.
Oh
boy. What are some other
Maybe not tonight. That might take some planning, but that would be epic.
That would definitely take planning.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
Could just do like Southern cops and throw in that sheriff from the one James Bond movie. What one was it? Live and Let Die. Where every time that he came around and James Bond kept pissing him off, he kept like destroying his cars and shit. He had the same kind of like.
In the car. I got the evidence. That's evidence. Valuable evidence is going to help me convict a man that's wanted for the murder of over 30 fellow officers.
The attempted murder.
The attempted murder. That I love when he's sitting beside him at the diner too, the restaurant, and he doesn't know it's him. He's like, "What'd he do? Rob a bank? Bank robbing? Bank robbing? Baby shit compared to what this dude's been doing." Running through people's yards, knocking over their mailboxes. Knocking over mailboxes. Got a girl with him in the car. I think it's against the will. That's kidnapping. Took her over state lines. That's the Mann Act.
You know, he had lived like half of that stuff.
Yeah, awesome. I love it. Yeah, the old show.
Get a Dr. Pepper. Make it snappy.
Yeah.
Give me a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper. Make it snappy. I'm in a goddamn hurry.
I like it when he's walking out and the waitress comes out. Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo!
Toilet paper. He's cleaning his glasses. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and hop out, guys.
I'll see you guys. Thanks, man.
All right, thanks for the invite.
Bandit talk.
Give him the bird.
No.
Give him the bird.
See you, lizard later.
Yeah, Moose says Moose doing another one out there when he said when he comes behind the kids that are trying to steal the hubcaps or steal the car, and he's like, "Don't go home, don't go to eat, and don't play with yourself. Wouldn't look good on my highway."
I could think about it, but
just
don't do it.
I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but Midnight apparently liked my Vortex hat so much he had to go get his own.
I found mine, man. I've actually had this for years, and I couldn't find a damn thing. I just found it yesterday. It was old, yeah.
Likely story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's my rich white edition. Because if you're wearing this hat, you know you're rich and white. That ain't true at all. That ain't true at all. That's evidence. Valuable evidence.
Hey, look, we twins.
Yeah, there you go. Oh. Who wore it best? See, we do a split screen. Who wore it best? Oh, fancy pants. Oh. Yours looks darker, actually. Yours looks a little darker than mine. Maybe not.
Different camouflage pattern, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Where the Oakleys. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Oakleys. Oh man, what's another one? I'm trying to think of some other. I'm blanking out on Buford quotes. There's there's Sheriff Branford. That's a good segment. That's a good part too.
You sounded taller on the radio.
You sound a little taller on the radio. What is the world coming to?
I mean, some just hidden racism. Just
yeah. Hey, boy, where's Sheriff Branford?
What did he say?
I am Sheriff Branford.
You're in Georgia now. He goes, we have jurisdiction. Because what did he say? I'm in hot pursuit. I forgot what he said.
No, he says,
something's not germane to the situation.
He says, I've been in hot pursuit.
Germans got nothing to do with it.
The goddamn Germans ain't got nothing to do with this. Yeah, that is not germane to the situation. I don't know. Was that?
He ran right through a roadblock.
He
just couldn't close an umbrella.
The guy that played Branford, was he famous for something? Was he like an athlete or something? I don't know. I never looked it up, but
I don't know. I don't think
pretty
so.
Big dude.
Yeah.
What's the Vanessa saying? It's a Vortex. It's a Vortex hat. I'm in hot pursuit. He kind of sounds a lot like Peter Griffin.
One of my favorite scenes is when Burt Reynolds breaks the fourth wall when he outruns the cops the first time, and he rolls up behind the building, and he looks directly into the camera, smiles, and drives away.
Yeah.
Because Hal Needham told him to do it. He's like, you sure you want me to do it? And he did it.
I like that stuff. That's funny though. I like when people do that. They did that. Was it Princess Bride? They did that too. He did that movie a couple times.
That's a very underrated movie.
Princess Bride.
Princess Bride. Yes.
Yeah, it's a great flick. Yeah.
Very underrated. That was only within a year of Andre the Giant's death. He died not long after that.
Really? I didn't know how it was. I didn't know it was that.
They said he was already in a back brace by that point when he's in that movie. He was getting bad.
Yeah, I knew he was hurting bad.
Where did he pass away? On his farm in North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Do you know why he had a farm?
Yeah, yo.
But do you know why he had a farm?
Because he liked farming.
No, he had all these animals, and he said, and when he was with the animals, they didn't look at him like he was any different. That's kind of, no, but really, that's kind of profound.
Yeah,
those animals treated him normal when everybody else treated him differently.
Calaveras has never seen The Princess Bride. That's a bummer, dude. You got to see that flick. That's a great movie.
You have homework.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Snob thinks he's going to bed. Better sleep with one eye open, I said.
Yeah, didn't he say he was already in bed?
Yes, but now he's
That was
gonna
his
go
alter
to bed.
ego.
He had the banana bread.
He better sleep with one eye open.
He might want to sleep with both open. He might not want to sleep.
Yeah, that's true.
But if he had the banana bread, he'll be fine. It makes the beast sleep.
Yeah. I didn't know if that was a reference to try and get Yankee in trouble from when he dropped the N-bomb on Hank's show that time.
Yankee dropped what word?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh, it happened.
Oh yeah.
How
did
that take place?
Awkward.
He just let it rip. He said, you know, I don't know. I don't remember his justification, but yeah, he threw it out there and Hank was just like,
what?
You want to talk about a chat killer. You want to talk about a chat killer. That was yeah. He caught some shit for that one, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
That's not even dropping the mic. That's slamming it straight on the ground and then bashing
Stomping
it with
on it. Yeah, stomping on it.
Yeah.
What was that? Warsaw said something. Oh, he was saying about The Accountant. Yeah, The Accountant was a cool flick. I like The Accountant.
Oh yeah.
That was a cool one. He had the Dylan, the minigun in his garage on the rail.
Yep.
Pretty pimp. Just in case you got, 10,000 rounds of 308 laying around. Whatever. I mean, if you don't want to move it. I mean, if you're moving houses and you don't want to move 10,000 rounds of 308, what do you need to just get rid of it,
Enter this.
Sam of Anarchy says, Sam says, I need guns. Lot of guns. Okay. Heard that. Inigo Montoya.
Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Yeah, Double T says if you know someone with autism, The Accountant makes a lot of sense. I think they did a good job. I think they did a good job with that movie. Oh, that was cool. Warsaw says, I prefer an AK, an AR rifle. I prefer an AK and AR rifle if I was The Accountant. That's easy. And 9mm. Uh-oh. You got that 9mm talk out there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, 9mm.
John was wanting to nominate G-Webs for Yankees 9mm giveaway.
Oh yeah.
G-Webs would like
Yeah,
that.
I saw that.
Yeah, for the veteran giveaway.
Seriously, yeah.
See, when they're talking about the N-word, that's the N-word for G. He doesn't even like to say 9mm. He didn't like to say it.
He's like Fonzie.
He didn't like to say it. The Dread Pirate Roberts is not.
I am the Dread Pirate Roberts.
I was just going to say the Dread Pirate Roberts. The wife's asking, did you guys know who the accountant's secretary was in the movie? Oh, I don't know. I can't picture her. Maybe if I saw her. Is she somebody special?
Is she hot?
Really question.
I never watched the movie, so no, I don't.
It's a good flick. You should check it out. Let's see who it is.
Yeah, I don't remember.
What was? I mean, there's a. I don't know. It's I don't know. I mean, a bunch of cast came up, but I don't know what cast, what person played the secretary.
Yeah. Look at what Snob wrote.
Later? No. Just came back to tell you all. Wait, oops. Chat skipped here. Just came back to tell you. Oh, you don't hear from me tomorrow. Please let the OSBI have a copy of this chat. I will not. This is my chat now. Mine.
I'm sure you'd delete the video tomorrow, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
What evidence?
I don't. The evidence? I got no evidence.
Valuable evidence.
Valuable evidence.
On purpose.
How funny. That would be funny. Snob calls you up and says, "My wife beat the shit out of me. I need your chat for evidence. I don't have. I got rid of it. Sorry." Be like, that chat was evidence. Valuable evidence.
Evidence.
Put the evidence in the car.
Molasses.
I know you did that on purpose. Put the evidence in the car.
But Daddy.
Put the evidence in the back seat. There is no way you could come from my loins. When we get home, first thing I'm going to do, punch your mom in the mouth. You couldn't say that in a movie now. They'd shut you down.
No.
Oh, that would be it. That'd be it, man. The producers would hear that and they'd be like, funding cut.
Triggered.
Yep.
Actually, I don't think you'd have to work in Hollywood again.
What's that?
Mel Brooks himself has said he couldn't make Blazing Saddles today.
Oh, there's a ton of
so
movies.
much damn trouble.
There's a ton of movies that just have I don't know, man. It's just what are think about it, like things that are an issue now. What are movies going to be like in 10 years? You know what I mean? It's going to be super vanilla, you know?
It's not good versus Calaveras evil. It could be good versus good.
Calaveras is saying, how about the top 10 movie lines that would never be allowed now?
No. That's a channel strike waiting to happen.
Yeah.
This Wreath and Laurel handshake to our new beat.
Yeah. Excuse me while I whip this out. Warsaw saying, how about misgender laws in Cali and New York? Is that what is that what the same thing like California, Canada did? Is that what he's talking about? Something like that, where if you refuse to call somebody by their chosen pronoun or gender or whatever, it's a crime. It's considered a hate crime.
Yeah, I had the local Fox affiliate on.
What's the crime?
It's considered a hate crime.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Canada. That was how Jordan Peterson became so super famous. Was because of his basically. I mean, he is a Toronto University of Toronto, I believe he's at. And he basically just was outspoken about the fact that it's basically censorship and it's a First Amendment thing. Or I mean, down here would be a First Amendment thing.
I say they don't have freedom of speech there.
Right. And it's happened. I mean, there's been comedians fined and jailed and stuff for jokes. Yeah. You know, and that's one of the things that's kind of crazy is like you would think, you really truly would think that and there are some comedians like Joe Rogan's he's outspoken about it, but you'd think that comedians all across the world would be like kind of up in arms about that kind of stuff happening. That's their livelihood. That's their bread and butter. But not only that, it's the free speech rights in general, but you would think that comedians would be going bananas over that.
If they're going to lock up a comedian, they need to lock up Amy Schumer for talking about a goddamn sex life all the time.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
No, she doesn't
If it
talk
was-
about her sex life. She just talks about humping everything in sight.
I was
If it was-
watching Crowder when he was talking about that and having a good debate, and they were talking about where you have to call someone by the correct pronoun, and then he asked the person, well, how many genders are there? And they didn't know. They said there could be so many. He goes, well, then how can you hold people to a standard of calling you by the correct pronoun when we haven't even narrowed down how many there could be?
Well,
I was watching an interview with Peterson and somebody else. I think it was Peterson and somebody else, and they had said that there is at minimum 132 different genders.
I think if we're going back to the Princess Bride. You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
I do not think it means what you think it means. Yeah.
And there's people expecting you to know what all the pronouns are, and them not knowing themselves is no different than California. They want people to register assault weapons when they don't even know what the hell themselves assault weapons are.
Well, Webster's helped them out with that. Don't worry about that.
Legally, according to the law, they've never defined what an assault weapon is.
I mean, how people identify, yes, you can be respectful if we're on a level playing field and I know what you want to be called, that's fine. I will call you that. That is no worry. But like they say, you can't change genetics, and gender is based on genetics. But I can use whatever pronoun you want. That's perfectly fine.
That's kind of where I believe it was Peterson that said that one time. They asked him, he said, well, if somebody, would come up to you and say, I prefer you call me she, and it was a transgender male or whatever, he would say, I'm pretty sure it was him that said, yeah, I would do that out of respect for you, but there's no way that should be legislated. He's like, that is a horrible, horrible idea. He said, it's one of the worst ideas I've ever heard.
Well, before all this really got, popular in as far as the PC culture, when I first started at work, we had a transgender male that we had to deal with all the time that was getting into all types of different drug issues, stealing cars and stuff. And every time I would pick him up, I would refer to him as she and whatnot. Never had any issues, I mean, it all went very easy. And if not, he fuzzed up on a lot of people and they had a lot of problems. I never had any issue with them just because of that. So there's no reason to purposely call anyone by the wrong name if you know what the playing field is, if you know where you're at, because if not, you're kind of being wrong by doing that on purpose. I think that's just me.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's really interesting to watch debates on it. That's for sure. Those kind of back and forths are pretty captivating. Me is saying gender is biological, sexuality can be fluid, but they're confusing the two. What if you identify as a Muppet? Then you're a Muppet, I guess. I don't know.
I had the Fox had their Halloween specials on tonight, and then 10 o'clock news came on. They had this story. I didn't catch all of it because doing the show, I didn't even have the volume on. But apparently, according to the New York Times, Trump is planning to roll back some of the protections that Obama put in place for transgenders, which will be the exact opposite route that Canada and the UK have gone.
Wait, so he's rolling back. You said protections on? What do you mean by protections on?
I don't know. I didn't catch the whole story, but that's what the headline was, that Trump plans to roll back some of them. And one of the things was because Trump was saying that there's only two genders, and for them to have all these special protections like against hate crimes, I guess, and stuff like that is just wrong. From what I caught of it, it was all crime is a crime. It doesn't matter what if it was based on hate or not, it's still a crime. So, don't need all those special.
Yeah, like what I was referring to is just being respectful. But I do agree, none of it should be legislated. I'm just talking about just being respectful when you're dealing with someone or talking to them or whatever. That's all.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, I guess it's like that with everything. It's like that with anything. Is you're going to have people like you're talking about, and like I'm saying, and say, "Oh, I'll call the transgender, trans whatever a she because I don't really care, and it makes my life a lot easier."
Yeah.
And then you're going to meet people that absolutely won't do it just out of sort of, I don't want to say spite, but out of their beliefs, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Some of it's based on religion. Some of it's.
That's kind of getting into a battle you don't really need to get into.
Right. But some people want to get in that battle, and that's fine to let them get into it. But that battle shouldn't involve considering it a crime. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. None of it should be legislated, but you also just shouldn't be a jerk to people, whether they, no matter what they want to be called, because they, just because we either know or just think that that's incorrect, that it shouldn't be that way. But okay, just because I just don't want to be a jerk if I can help it.
Yeah. It is.
But like 9mm is saying, like, in medical records and official documents now, like when I was doing everything I had to do, my reports and everything was correct. It was male. But I'm just talking about just speaking with this person referred to as she, and everything went smooth. But officially everything is male. Went in the male cell block, everything, not with the females. That's male cell block. So there's two different things.
We that came up on my it's coming up on the November elections. They have a thing where if you vote yes, it'll remove. A couple of years ago, they put a bill in or whatever, and it gave transgender people special, like exactly what you're saying right now. And in Massachusetts, apparently somehow people got enough signatures to try to remove it, and it's exactly what I completely agree with what you guys are saying. Like, do they really need special treatment? I mean, if discrimination is discrimination, and there's already laws against it. So,
yeah, and you can't create these laws about just the way a person feels when it comes to that, because there's only two biological genders. Unless there's some sort of mishap genetically when the person's forming or whatever, then there could be something happen there. But truly, in DNA wise, there's only two. Now, mentally, well, I don't know where we're at there. There could be all kinds of issues there mentally, but physically, there's only two. So you have to determine, how are you categorizing this person, medically or mentally? So I don't know. It should never be a crime.
I mean. And that's the thing. I mean, there's so many other things in the world that cause you distress, I guess, and one of the big ones that's come up and one that's kind of pops into my head that we've had topics about is the right to desecrate the flag, right? And they say it's legal, right? That really upsets people. Does that mean should be a crime? It's not a crime, but should it be because it upsets people so much? I don't know. If
it's your property, I think you should be able to go for it. But if you steal someone else's property and you set it on fire, well, someone's coming for you.
Yeah.
You want to touch on one that people get really upset about? Just discuss freedom of religion. People are all about freedom of religion when it's their religion.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear anything about anyone else's.
Yep. That's a good point.
People, oh man, we should do this, we should do that, but not that. They will draw the line at a heartbeat. And hey, you gotta give people freedom of religion. It's a constitutional right. Yeah, and they talk about taking religion out of public schools, it's because really there's only 1 or 2 religions in public schools, not all of them. And you're on a slippery slope at that point. While I agree with most of it, I also see the other side that, hey, well, what about all these other people that in bigger areas feel alienated?
Mm-hmm.
They're having to hear something else that's different from what they believe, but they have to hear it, and the school's promoting it. So you got issues. Just because it's our religion doesn't mean it's everyone's.
Yeah.
I was talking about Europe with you're talking about immigration too. Canada has decided, Trudeau has decided to increase the amount of, I guess they have a certain amount of immigrants that they allow into the country.
And they have a closed border.
And he has decided that over the next however many years, they're going to increase the number of immigrants allowed in by 50%. And they said by like 20, I forget what year it was. They gave a number that statistically they'd say, how long it was going to take till immigrants were the majority in Canada. Bob's going to have to move. Bob better get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob can move here, and him and John Z can hook up, and they can go be the odd couple.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about?
Bob can just come here.
You and Bob being the
Bob.
new odd couple.
What about Bob?
You and Bob can be the new
That was a
odd
good
couple.
movie.
I know, right?
Oh, what about Bob?
Trailer Park Boys, upstate New York.
Well, the odd couple is a good movie too, and John Z and Bob can reenact it.
Bob can be my Night Strike.
I don't know. Bob will be your Oscar.
I don't want
Oscar
Bob
the
to
Grouch?
be my Oscar.
Oscar.
The Grouch, exactly.
There you go.
He's Oscar to your Felix.
Think of all the marker knife fights you could have.
My God.
He needs to stay off my Felix.
Yeah.
Where is Bob?
Bob opened up a live stream, I think, was it yesterday?
Yeah, but where is he?
He's in Canada.
Canada.
Still? I
How the
thought he
hell should
fixed
I-
his vehicle.
Oh. I didn't get a chance to watch it.
He's not driving somewhere right now trying to find his way to freedom?
That's what we were talking about. He can meet up with you, and you two can go be the odd couple.
I said freedom, not less freedom. Why the hell would he come to New York?
Yeah.
Oh, he'd have to pick you up first.
Yeah, that's what
You're
everybody.
missing the whole point, John.
Everybody
guys
picks
could-
me
you
up and
guys-
then drops me right back.
You guys could go to Niagara Falls, stay in a nice hotel with like a heart-shaped tub and everything.
I mean, if he doesn't come to New York, how the hell is he supposed to pick you up? Man? Seriously. God, I swear, man. God. What's wrong with you?
It's a long list. You got time?
How much time you got?
I don't know if this chat would last long enough.
Yeah.
I
I
doubt it.
think that's what cut it off first.
Yeah. Warsaw was talking about Europe, immigration in Europe.
Sweet Dan? Where's Sweet Ann? Is that
Sweet Ann.
Oh, Sweden.
Sweet Aunt Jemima. Do-do,
That a song?
do. No.
Think Hillary was bad. Look up Angela Merkel, the Nutcracker mouth of Germany.
Yeah.
Who's sharpening a knife?
Got Snob's
Is that-
wife.
I was gonna say, that was exactly what I was gonna say. Is that Snob's wife? You guys, when you guys send her a link,
Yeah, Sam of Anarchy had a good point there. He says, I got no issue with religion, just don't try to force on me. So that's like with everything. It's like with all this, kind of like Sarge was saying earlier. I mean, I have no problem. You want to be called whatever, but don't be offended when I'm confused as I'm looking at you, or if your religion is, I mean,
Yeah.
I can't, now you're judging me. I have no problem with it, but
yeah, I might not get it right off the bat, but give me just a second and let's figure this out, and then we're gonna be fine.
Yeah, let me figure out what the hell you are first, right?
No.
I mean,
no.
John, we were being serious.
Well, John is seeing a lot of Pats apparently. From Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. Just
figure out what the hell you are, and then we'll go from there.
Exactly.
Grim, do you guys have a lot of training on that kind of stuff as it becomes more and more prevalent, and kids get younger and younger, and you start seeing, like talking about transgenderism and stuff like that. You see it in younger people now. I mean, is that something that you guys
not
have?
I shouldn't say not any. We've had discussions on it.
Yeah.
And then, but it becomes the same thing. It's like Sarge said, it's not like the parents or anybody come and tell you, and you see someone, whatever it may be, boy or girl, but, then they get offended, then they go home, tell their parents, and, hey,
right.
I mean, well, I don't know. If you're not my student, I try and pay attention, I could see, but yeah, it's not something like at the middle schools and elementary, not yet. High school, I know they've talked about it a little more, because now there's that whole bathroom, locker room issue. That's,
and I don't know whether you see it, but sometimes I see it where I live in the South. I live near a very liberal area, but I'm in a conservative area where I'm at. And sometimes people that are, I don't know what we'd say, outside what they think would be the acceptable limits in a conservative area, sometimes they do things to shock you.
Yes.
If they're with their significant other and they do it, like when I'm working and I'm having to deal with someone, sometimes they do it like looking for like me to make a face or reaction or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm
not playing into any of that. Let's talk about what we're here for, and then we're gonna go on. I mean, just that, because that right there, that's someone that's looking to be offended, that's looking for this, and now I'm not playing that game.
Hey Sarge,
for that reason.
Hey Sarge, meet my new child, baby person. Hey, my phone might die.
I was watching. I saw some clip on the internet a while ago. This woman wanted to change. She wanted to quit calling little kids babies and call them theybies until they're like 4 and they decide their own gender. I'm like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. Oh wow.
You can't do anything. You can't give them Barbies or you can't give them toy trucks. You have to have all this gender neutral stuff and let them decide. That's going a little far. If they gravitate towards a truck, let them play with the truck. If they gravitate towards the Barbies, let them play with Barbies. Doesn't matter. It'll all work itself out in the end.
Yes.
We don't need to steer them either way. It'll be fine.
This is what happens when you let the crazies run the asylum.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Even when I've said this before, people are way too sensitive in the fact of they expect their rights, but it's okay if I trample all over yours.
Yeah.
It's like you said, getting that reaction. It's like kind of like you, Sarge. Nothing phases me. I'm like, okay, and your point is,
I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm past that. I'm an adult. I don't care that you and him are together. I don't care that you and her are together. I don't care.
Yeah.
I want to do this so I can go to the next call. I don't care about that. I just care about this. Well, why I'm here. I don't care about this other thing on the side.
That is funny because I'll yell in the hallways, no PDA. Excuse me. I'll yell in the hallways, like no PDA, and then you'll get the response of, "Oh, but it's, it's two boys or it's two girls," and I'm like, I don't care.
I don't care.
I'm like, there's no one should be touching anybody, and they just look at me like I don't care why. Just go, move on. Like you said, and I want to move on, and they just they know me by now. I'm like, I don't care who it is. I don't care what I don't need a reason. Just can't do it.
I'm not. I honestly, it's just nothing. I don't feel anything about it. I don't care.
I don't
not
care.
relevant.
I just know that your parents would, I'm pretty sure, not like you doing half this stuff.
No touching. No touching.
No touching. No
touching, or you will never be on the Supreme Court.
If you're trying to scratch yourself, little Johnny,
all right, I missed
do it in your own pants.
Damn it. Oh, what do you say?
Fine Ape's got a good solution to the bathroom issue.
I'm gonna click over there. What is it, Beth?
Yeah.
Maybe we could use a banana and coconuts or something. What do you think about that, Abe? Banana? I'll use a banana. Yeah, Psycho says do away with public bathrooms outright. Yeah, piss in the streets. Problem solved.
Can't piss in the street.
If you go to certain cities in California, the streets are the bathroom.
Yeah.
I thought that was.
I don't know how you could look at some of the cities out there and some of the issues that they're having and think like, yeah, we've been making good decisions. We got this. Don't worry. Yep.
We got this.
We're good. We got to disinfect the streets every other day, but we're good.
Need to take a dump? Right. Come to San Francisco.
It's not a big deal.
Got to raise taxes so we can, pay for this. That's all.
Don't worry. The teachers and public union people will get their pensions. Don't worry about
it. Thanks, thanks for now really making me feel grim.
It's a hard truth that's hitting everywhere.
I just saw a stat tonight that police-initiated contacts were down 8 million from last year.
What?
Was that?
Yep. That's police-initiated contacts where they see something suspicious and then go investigate. Down 8 million.
Oh, okay.
Was it because of Flint?
All the political backlash and the lack of support. So, good luck with the safer society, guys.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just there was one. There was one a year or two ago where it was a cop that had pulled over. I think he was a younger cop. He had pulled over a guy, and it was the guy was black, and he got out of the car and started getting aggressive with the cop. The cop drew his weapon, but didn't shoot him. And the guy took his gun, pistol whipped him, beat him almost to death, and left him there in the road and took off. And another car saw him and stopped and, called for help or whatnot. And they asked the cop, they said, why didn't you shoot? And he was like, it just kept flashing through my head like I was white and he was black, and I didn't want to I knew if I shot him, it was going to be, even if I was in the right, it was going to be ugly. He's like, and I was scared about basically being called a racist and having that stigma for the rest of my life, and he almost died because of it.
Half the cities out there these days, the mayors, they don't give a shit about the police officers.
No,
there's no support for them. What do you expect the police officers to do?
That's an absolutely valid statement. I got into a scuffle while I was trying to arrest what turned out to be a black female, which, you know, isn't necessarily the norm, but I was way out in a rural area. There was a highway patrol chase. She ran, and we were all around the area, and I happened to be the one that went. Me and another guy went to the area where she popped up at a house. I wrestled with her for 5 minutes trying to get her handcuffed, and the whole time I was thinking, I can't hurt her. I can't do anything because I'm going to be on CNN. This is going through my head while I'm trying to do this. It took, and I'm not exaggerating at all when I say it was 5 minutes. It was 5 minutes of steady wrestling someone.
That's a long time, man.
That is a long time.
That's a lifetime.
When you're in that situation, that 5 minutes.
I'm telling you, if that was a guy I was dealing with, we would have been done in about 45 seconds because it would have been awful. But I'm having to handle this whole thing with kid gloves, and this is someone trying to get away that's as tall as I am, and I think she was a D1 track athlete. I'm trying to wrestle with her, me and another guy, and it took forever to get that person handcuffed. Forever. And that's the whole thing you're thinking about. I don't want to be on CNN. I do not want to do this. So, yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a shame.
That's another thing in the schools now. I mean, you know, and I know they won't, but I mean, these kids are as big as, well, at least I am, you know, at the ages, and what do? You know, even if they're in the middle of a fight, we're not supposed to break up unless there's at least one other person with you now.
Well, I'm opposed to any time you treat anyone differently.
Yeah. Oh, I agree, but
anytime you treat anyone differently, anyway, there's no such thing as reverse racism either. It's all racist or it's not. And if it's not, then it's not. I don't like treating anyone differently. Treat everyone the same and let the chips fall where they fall. Just treat everyone the same. That's really all anyone asks, is to be treated the same.
So, yeah, it's hard to, in that moment, it's so hard to, you know, like you said, you're trying to, you know, like with gloves on, you just trying to make the best.
I'm trying not to end up on national news with
with
TV vans at the end of my driveway.
Yeah,
you know?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Well, and that's,
luckily I managed to do it, but it took a while.
Even if, I mean, let's say, you know, it went differently with that, and you did end up throwing an elbow or something and breaking this chick's nose, like that. If that gets out, and that's all it takes, and you're just trying to subdue somebody, you know.
Here's my choice. Here's my choice. Turn around, put your hands behind your back. There's my choice. Anything after that is my choice. Reaction.
Yeah. The you know, that goes up on, like you said, CNN or something, and it's like, oh, another police beating, another police brutality case, another and then you know, next thing you know, yeah, like you said, you got dudes in your front lawn, you got vans parked there, you got people trying to interview you, your kids, your wife. I mean, it ruins your goddamn life. Like, you know, and then not even getting into the monetary aspect of it with, you know, I mean, people have to pull their kids out of schools, send them to private schools. They do this, that, and they move. They do all kind of stuff to try and get away from things, you know, even if they're not in the wrong. I mean, it could trash you, you know.
There's been, I mean, and the wrong people, they deserve to be persecuted. They deserve it. But there's been a lot of people that are right that get persecuted because of just a perceived reality that's not there, that we're right, and that's not fair. That's not fair to anyone.
Mm.
Well, along with those that do get, what do you call it, exonerated and whatnot, but nobody remembers that.
Oh, sure, yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like, I was acquitted. Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's like
when
it's like in Ferguson in that shooting. The officer was found. He was not guilty of anything. He was completely in the right, and it ruined his career and ruined his life for doing something that he was completely right and justified for doing.
Yeah.
And it cost the citizens in the area millions upon millions of dollars in damage, and it cost him his career and cost him having to move out of state and move away. And it's just, and the whole time he was right. It's just sad.
Has anything happened with that shooting at the gas station with the old dude, and the mom with the kids?
He's
and the
not
husband?
that old. He's a year older than me, you jerk.
All right, so I'm sorry. So what happened? Has anything happened with that senior citizen at the gas station?
The gentleman. I mean, he was charged, and they found that he was a suspect, and even though no one prosecuted, and people will say, well, they didn't prosecute, so it wasn't a crime. There's a lot of crimes that aren't prosecuted just because the person doesn't want to deal with it. But he was suspected, and more than likely did point his weapon at 2 other people during road rage incidents. I mean, that guy was looking to shoot somebody. So I don't know. I mean, a shooting like that will take like a year to finally come into court to be heard. I mean, a year to 18 months. But now they charged him like they should have. And I mean, I got upset. I got very, very angry, aggravated over that, because I was watching like Yankees chats, and he was having his deal about that it's sad that the sheriff's office succumbed to political pressure and charged him. They didn't charge him. They presented it to the attorney, the state's attorney, or the district attorney, but there it's the state's attorney's office, like you would normally do in any high-profile case. Let them decide whether they think they have a case and whether there should be charges, and then let them charge it, and then you just serve it. That's exactly the way it should go. But it was just pandering to get views. It aggravated me. It really did. You got to do what's right. You got to say what's right. And that guy was a jerk. That guy was looking to shoot somebody, and he did.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting court case.
Well, a lot of states have stand your ground laws. Just Florida nicknamed theirs.
Yeah,
I teach concealed carry, and the Florida law mimics. I mean, our law and Florida law looks almost the same, except we don't have a fancy name called the stand your ground law.
Yeah,
you don't have a duty to retreat here if you're in a place you're legally justified to be, and all those steps take place. What they don't say out there is that you can stand your ground if you weren't the instigator, if you weren't using excessive force. There's all these ifs that they never mention on the news and stuff. So it's really the same as a lot of places.
Yeah, PA has a castle doctrine too, or whatever, stand your ground law.
Yeah, they don't have the fancy name that Florida does.
Yeah.
That guy entered into an argument. He got in way over his head, and then he used his gun to protect his ego and not his well-being. So he's done. That's just my opinion. 2 cents.
No, I don't think anybody's going to see it as a good shoot either. I mean, I know it was discussed like crazy.
Now it's probably I view it as probably manslaughter and not murder, because the guy that got shot does bear some liability, because he turned it from verbal into physical. But you can push people's buttons. You can say the wrong thing and cause someone to go off. Anyone that doesn't think they have a button is crazy. Someone could say something to you, to your wife, or to your kid, or cause a problem that would cause you just to go off. and no matter how mild-mannered you are. So, but you know, that may have been what caused him to go off. That was I think his name was Draka. It was Draka's fault. And then McLaughlin turned it physical, and then Draka turned around and turned it deadly for no reason. So,
yeah. Me is saying, what's stand your ground? It just basically means if you feel threatened, you don't have a duty to retreat. You don't have to run, to flee, to whatever. You can quote unquote stand your ground and defend yourself.
See, if they wrote it into law that you had a duty to retreat, what if you're in a position you couldn't retreat?
Mm-hmm.
But then the law says you have to try to retreat, or you have to retreat, but then you couldn't. Like, what if you were in your car and someone's trying to carjack you and you shoot them? Well, you didn't retreat because you couldn't. You're stuck in your seat in the seatbelt. You couldn't go. You couldn't retreat. So that's why it's very hard to write down that you have to into law that you have to retreat. You can't require it.
Yeah. Warsaw. See you. Got it. See you, buddy. Vanessa's saying you can stand there, and yeah, if deadly force is necessary.
Yes, necessary. Necessary. That's a key word. It's not optional. Necessary.
Right. Mia saying, does it have to be on your property? No.
No. Anywhere you're legally justified to be.
Yeah.
If you're legally justified to be at Walmart, then you could stand your ground at Walmart or in the parking lot at McDonald's. Where it doesn't apply is if somewhere you're not supposed to be, like say you're trespassing, where you were told not to be. Well, now you can't stand your ground because you shouldn't have ever been on that ground. So now you need to try to get out of it. So it's kind of where that falls. I can only assume, like you said, PA's laws are very similar to ours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now that Bianca's law is another one that I need to look that up again. That was like a week or so ago that I started peeking into that one. I got to look into that one a little bit. Were you on the show when we were talking about that? You were. Yeah, we were on the show.
With what law?
That Bianca's law, that bill. Yeah.
Oh,
that's when we were talking about loaded, what's considered loaded versus unloaded.
Yeah, I was wrong on the loaded part, which makes sense. It makes sense.
And Bianca's law stems from a road rage incident, and they're trying to push a bill through that says that you're not allowed to carry a loaded weapon in a vehicle, whether you have a permit or not. Which is going to be super. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm exaggerating and say it's going to be super dangerous, but you're going to have people holstering and unholstering and loading and unloading firearms all day long.
And say there's a 0.1% chance you're going to have an accident like that. Well, when you multiply the amount of times that the whole state is doing that act, that 0.1% gets bigger and bigger, and you're going to have a lot more accidental discharges.
Well,
someone's going to get hurt because you're requiring it.
I mean, there's 1.7 million CCW in PA,
and you're going to have an accidental discharge at the Waffle House parking lot because they traveled there, then they got to load up to go in and unload to go out, and just
Jorge is saying Israeli carry. That wouldn't even work either because a loaded weapon is, if the magazine is loaded in the weapon, it's loaded. And so Israeli carry wouldn't even be allowed to do.
I watched a good video on that. Because everyone mentions Israeli carry. Because that's fine in the military, but what about when someone comes up on you in a parking lot and next thing you know they're within 5 feet of you, and that hand that you were gonna rack the slide with is now pushing somebody away? Now what? Good luck racking it on your belt or on the holster. I mean, yeah, you could do that without any stress. Good luck doing it under stress. So
I'm trying to see if I can find the percentage of negligent discharges. It'd be interesting to see if, if it was one in every, because you'd have to go by the number of times, not by the number of people, like 1 in 1,000 people have one. You would have to go by the number of times they load and unload their guns and have one.
I don't know if that's a fact.
Right.
Or when does it happen? That's the thing. We know when it's going to happen. More than likely when you're holstering or unholstering. More than likely.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Because if you say, let's say if I load and load or unload my gun 1,000 times, one of those times I'm going to have a negligent discharge, which I'm sure it's way. I mean, it's got to be 1 in a million or something, right? So now let's say 1 in a million. So you've got 1.7 million in PA that are each doing that 2 to 4 times a day. They would be doing it maybe twice a day.
Just say twice.
Yeah. So to have it, let's say, then you say like, oh, it's a 1 in a million chance. Okay, so let's actually use 1 in a million.
So you're having 3.5 a day.
Yeah.
Multiplied by 365 days.
Yeah.
And that's just on the low side.
Yeah, 1,000 negligent discharges in a year in a state, and that's of course like an absolutely made up bullshit number, right? But still, I mean, I don't think that's unreasonable to think that 1,000 in a year couldn't happen because of this.
And they're going to happen in parking lots and in driveways.
Yeah, in houses.
And not only now what about the public opinion of that? And they see people getting out loading up, that non-concealed carriers.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? I can't have a loaded gun in the car.
Yeah. I mean, even if it were 1 a day, I mean, imagine that.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like, well, it's going to be. I mean, if that would be the number to look at too. Like, how many per day with people not loading and unloading, and then just I don't know.
And even
I don't know
if
how you'd figure it out.
Discharge it in a parking lot, depending where you're at. Most cities, even in language and discharge, they're going to charge you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how it is in Harrisburg. It's illegal to discharge a weapon within city limits.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
There you go.
That's how it's written. Which I mean, I guess unless it's in self-defense, I would imagine. I don't really know how it, because you're allowed to carry, obviously.
Yeah, you'd be excluded at that point.
Pants says, if you say, I meant to do that after an ND, then you didn't have a negligent discharge. I lied about it. I told you guys, I lied about it when I did it once. I was hunting. Oh, yeah, I saw a deer.
Thought I saw something.
Yeah.
Did I do that?
Yeah. Those 30-30, those old 30-30s have real light triggers, man. There was I was talking to Black Cat about it. Him and I got in a conversation about it. Then he did a live chat about it. Tried to break down some of the legal mumbo jumbo with it because god damn, that's hard to read. I mean, it's a spider web of bullshit trying to read a bill.
Yes.
I didn't realize that there was so many parts in a proposed bill that had a reference that would reference a past bill or a current bill with just like a little notation. So it's like you read the bill, you're reading that bill and it'll say something about another one. So basically you would have to go to another bill to read that and then come back to it and finish the sentence off. Kind of. It was a mess. I just couldn't do it. That's why I was right in the way that I perceived it. So kind of proud of myself there, but I could have just as easily been totally goofy wrong, man, and not known.
Looking at it on the computer is difficult. You gotta print it off and look at both of them.
Yeah,
and
almost.
try to maybe even make some notes and try and cipher through it, because you're right, it is not easy.
Yeah.
Even reading it the way it's written, when you try and break down what they're actually, in the legal jargon, legalese, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Yeah, Black Hat was good with it because he deals with it a lot. It's not like he's a lawyer or anything, but he's pretty up to date on stuff. And then on the PA FOA website, there was the one guy that when we looked up, he had mentioned him. He says, "Oh yeah, he's a lawyer. He's real good. He's a good dude. He knows what he's talking about." So, yeah, Jorge says, "Do what Biden says: shoot a shotgun in the air to scare off home invaders." Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Just throw some buckshot into the air.
I mean, for real, who's going to stick around?
Yeah. And you get arrested for negligent discharge. No, there was no one there.
Yeah. There's a couple of raccoons knocking over my garbage cans. Boom, boom. Next thing you know, Sarge is out there yelling at you.
I swear there was a thief there.
Sarge is out there yelling at you. What the hell are you doing?
I went to a call one time where this guy, he got up in the middle of the night to go get something to drink. He looked out he lived in a cove, off the beaten path, but there were like a couple houses kind of right near each other. He looked out, he goes, "Oh yeah, that's so-and-so's boyfriend out there by her car." He goes, Nope, that ain't her boyfriend. That guy's breaking into that car." He goes outside with his 44 Magnum. He yells at the guy. He's like, "You better get out of here." He goes, "Oh yeah, sir, I'm leaving." And he didn't see the getaway car, but he tells him, he said, "If you don't get out of here, I'm gonna pop a cap in your ass." He wasn't going to. He said, the guy's, no, I'm going away. And he puts it down in the ground and fires one into the ground. That guy's feet never touch the road again. They get in it. They fly down the road, knock over some mailboxes and part of a fence. And I guarantee you they never came anywhere near that section of the county again. He's like, "I didn't shoot at him." I said, "I shot over there in the ground. Can I get my point across?" I'm like, sounds good to me. Looks like you were a good neighbor.
Yeah, like a good neighbor. Busting caps in the air.
Yes.
Oh no, he shot it in the dirt. It's not like and if they come and report it that he like pointed at him or something, hey, we'll go that route. We'll look at it and see, but there's nothing to investigate because I don't have a victim.
Got that evidence. Got that evidence.
The evidence.
Yeah.
Valuable evidence. Valuable evidence. Now, let's say here's a scary thing though. Like, so let's say he goes out there, he talks to them, they start walking away, he pumps one, into the ground or, whatever, and they do call the cops and they say that he shot at me. Like, what do you do in that instance?
We gotta look and see. You gotta look at the vehicle. You gotta go back to try to find out where he shot. But if there's
dig the slug out,
hole in the ground beside him, he's like, "I shot right here."
Yeah.
Well, it's still an investigation. Investigation to find the truth, and their story is going to fall apart. I mean, because the truth is the truth. It will come out. People will get hung up in their lies. The truth will come out, and that's it'll be okay. People can say a lot of things, just doesn't mean it's going to work out.
Mm.
Like I was watching a video on that Yankee put out about showing your serial numbers online. People say that, well, someone could report the gun stolen. Well, yeah, they could, but they'd be wrong.
Right.
Because I've owned this gun since it was new, and they couldn't have ever owned it. So I mean that's a pretty good point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and reporting, making a false police report, especially about a firearms, probably frowned upon.
Jammed up pretty good because at that point you could possibly get the ATF involved, and that's the last thing you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're talking about.
It's pretty much the last thing you want to do.
They're talking about the pants Pants just typed in there something that I was kind of going to say is air guns are destructive devices in Connecticut. What the hell is wrong with Connecticut?
Everything's illegal in Connecticut, New Jersey.
Oh yeah,
Christ.
also New York City.
Jesus Christ! But they're talking about suppressors on air guns, and they have the flintlock, the suppressed flintlock stuff now, muzzle loaders. I wonder how long it'll be till somebody gets caught taking one of them off of there and putting it on something else. I wonder how
they would have done it anyway.
Yeah.
That's the same person that would make one.
Because you could, well, not really. I mean, it's a whole lot easier to take something off and put it on something else than it is to make it.
Do you guys ever looked up making a silencer on YouTube?
No, I don't want to get the FBI banging on my door.
There is a surprising amount of videos on how to make a silencer on YouTube. There's so much stuff that they've banned, not how to make a silencer, because it came up in like from a video or two I was watching one night when I was working a side job, and it got into that, like in the suggested videos, and it just kept going. There's a lot of them out there.
That's great.
And I'm looking, I'm going, wow, I could go to the hardware store and buy all this stuff. This is not hard at all. But,
oh, see, YouTube has great suggestions.
It just kept coming up.
Maglite suppressors they're talking about, yeah. Just a baffled can, like a muffler in their car. Yeah, I definitely know that there's a lot of ways to half-ass, not half-ass in a bad way, but, make suppressors and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely know that. I was just thinking, because you can buy that not without the waiting list. I think you just pay, you do still have to pay its stamp though, I think, right?
Yes. You're talking about the one that the adapter that you hook you talking about the muzzle loader, or what are you talking about?
Yeah. Muzzle loader.
No matter what, you would have to have stamp. Yes.
Yeah. But but there's no like waiting. Oh, well, see, I don't know. Isn't that the whole idea of it
You're talking about the weight? The weight is just the amount of time it takes to process your stamp, which could be anywhere from, depends on where you're at, 6 to 9 months. That's it. You're just waiting on your form to come to the top.
See, I thought that was the whole draw of the muzzleloader thing, was that there was something you didn't have to pay the $200 or there wasn't a wait or something.
Well, I don't remember. Actually, because a muzzleloader isn't a firearm,
right?
There may be something to that. So maybe I was speaking out of turn.
There's somebody in the chat will remember it. Okay, there we go. No pants. No pants. The pants. No stamp on muzzleloader if it's integrally suppressed. Black powder muzzleloaders are not firearms, right? So
it makes more sense than what I said.
You can just snag them right off the old shelf there. He was also saying up there they're part of the barrel though too, like they're.
Yeah, because a muzzleloader isn't a firearm.
Right. Because it's not rifled.
Because it loads from the muzzle. It doesn't load from the breech.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, you could have a muzzle load shotgun. You could have a muzzle load rifle. You could have a muzzle load pistol. They're not, unless they load from the breech, they're not a firearm.
Right. That's weird.
It's the same difference between a stock and a brace.
Right.
It's easy.
Oh, here we go.
It's just all in the semantics of it.
Yeah.
Huh.
We just go by the rules and play by the rules.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, then there's the whole weird category of the not other. It's the other weapon or whatever.
I still am kind of sort of fuzzy on the whole shockwave thing, even though I own one. I'm still kind of sort of fuzzy where that fits in.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is it's such a weird thing because they say that you have to find a receiver that was never built into a shotgun. So there's no barrel. So they make the receivers. They never put a barrel or a stock or a pistol grip or anything else on it. So it's just a firearm because it doesn't have the barrel and stuff attached to it to be considered a shotgun or a rifle or anything. So it's an other. It's weird.
Something to do with that. The shockwave exists because of that stock. The grip. It's not a pistol grip, and it's not a rifle. It's that weird grip.
It kind of falls in between.
The overall length. There's something there with the overall length of the weapon. It hit like on several different points for this magical thing to happen.
Well, it's the same thing with that Reformation. It's not rifled because it doesn't have a spiral rifling.
Yes,
it's straight rifle. So it's not a rifle.
I'm sure it throws a knuckleball at the end of it.
Well, that's what I was. Yeah, that's what I called it when I first heard about it. Everybody was calling it whatever they were calling it. I was like, "Oh, that's the Franklin Arsenal, the knuckleballer." And that was the first thing I thought of was, yeah. I mean, but it's getting the projectile moving and it's getting it moving fast. That's what counts, I mean, if somebody wanted that for, the house, I mean, I don't necessarily see anything wrong with that if that's what you really feel like you should go with. But Double T says the Shockwave never had a stock, so per the definition, it was never a shotgun.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That grip is got a lot to do with it. Whatever that grip is, the Shockwave grip.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, they're hitting it on the overall length. It's either because of that grip, it's like longer than a pistol, but yet it's not a shotgun because of whatever.
But just that weird angle, even.
They hit the magic points to come up with that thing. Whoever invented that, whatever engineer came up with that, I'm sure got a huge bonus that year.
Oh, yeah,
mathematical genius that put all that together.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They said, they've been doing stuff like that for a while, but the hardest part was they were expensive because finding a receiver, because nobody sold receivers without stocks, I guess. You'd have to source one and then, build it into whatever, you want to call a Shockwave.
It was never labeled when it was sold, like you said.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
That's just like putting the brace on mine. You're supposed to take it apart as you assemble it. When I put the brace on mine, which I'm sure I did take it apart correctly. I don't know. But so it was while you're putting it together, I don't know.
Well, I guess it's probably like this in other states too. When I bought my AR, I bought a upper and a lower separate. Which, if you go, I don't know, I mean, you guys probably know, there's a separate tax that that a manufacturer has to pay when they sell and ship a full rifle. But if you just do an upper and lower, it's considered, you don't have to pay that. So that's where there's a savings. That's why you can buy an upper and a lower, and it's cheaper than a full rifle. And you're figuring, people are like, why the hell would it be cheaper? All you got to do is pin the two together. That's why, is there's like a quote unquote, there's a loophole. But, when I went and when I had my lower sent, I asked my FFL, I was like, why do you have to do, because you don't have to do a lot of stuff in PA. You can sell long guns without a FFL. You can sell long guns
once they've already been sold from the distributor out into the public. You could do a citizen transfer.
Right. Yeah, I can just sell a gun to.
It can't come out into the population without going through an FFL.
Right. So why not with lowers and stuff like that? And he said that they basically consider lowers like a pistol because it can be built into a pistol.
Yeah, and the lower is the only part of the gun that's the firearm. Everything else is an accessory.
Yeah.
The upper, the barrel, the trigger, everything's an accessory except for the lower.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tried to buy one several years ago. I was down at Palmetto in Greenville, and they wouldn't sell me a strip lower because they had some blems there. I'm like, well, I'm going to buy one of these. They wouldn't sell it to me. I mean, excuse me, they would sell it to me, but I couldn't walk out with it. They were going to have to ship it back to North Carolina. I was going to have to pay the shipping because it was an other, and it could be made into a pistol. So I'm like,
right.
Yep.
Okay, I get it. But it's just part of the rules that we play by.
You're gonna have to get Ellis on that one.
But the strip lower can be made into a pistol or a rifle. You just don't ever want to. I'm reading Travis's comment. You just don't ever want to mark it on your paperwork as one when you buy it.
Yes.
You always buy it as another, and then because I could change my mind, I could make it into a pistol. I could tear it all down, make it into a rifle. It doesn't matter. If I buy it as a pistol, which your FFL could check that when you bought a lower, you need to make sure they always check other, because if they check the wrong one, there's a chance you could get jammed up later, even though it was completely by accident. So always make sure they do other. Then you have options.
Options are good.
Yes. Yeah, well, if you want to strip it down.
Anyways, I'll catch you guys later.
See you, Graham. Thanks for stopping
in. So, night, everybody, and careful with that strip lower.
Yeah.
Oh, and eat your banana bread. You gotta eat the banana bread.
Num. Be sleep.
Yes. Options are good. They're talking about airsoft out there. I'll tell you what, and you see somebody digging airsoft BBs out of their face, it makes you not want to play airsoft.
I tried to play airsoft a few times with the little one. He will shoot you in the fingers, and it hurts.
Yeah,
he'll aim for the hands. It's awful.
Well, you also got to play in slippers.
Sandals, flip-flops.
Yeah, this way they have something else to hit besides your fingers. They have your toes.
Be awful.
Connecticut blows, huh?
Yeah, Connecticut, New Jersey, outlaw fun, as well as New York City.
Yeah, Jersey sucks, man. They bust you for hollow points too, man. Each one of them.
They're so dangerous. Yeah, truthfully, I guess hollow points are safer to the general public.
Yeah.
They're only dangerous to your intended target. They're safer for everybody else.
That's true.
I mean, seriously.
I want to get some of those exploding rounds for my 8mm. Those seem like fun. That's what I want for my birthday. 8mm black tips.
That sounds interesting.
Those are cool. That's a video you should look up. Those things are awesome. They have a charge in the round itself, in the projectile itself. When it hits, it sets off a secondary charge. Pretty awesome.
I think I'm going to shoot some pumpkins tomorrow. It's time.
Do it.
Do it.
Use something big. Don't use like a 5.7 or something shitty like that.
I don't have anything that big. I got 12 gauge, and that's it. I don't have a 308 or anything.
No, 5.7, like a 5.7 pistol. Like one of the FM 5.7.
Oh, you want me to use something like that?
No, I said don't use something like that.
I don't have any. I've got a 22 TCM when it comes to a fast pistol. That's what I've got.
That's no good for pumpkins.
Actually, pretty good for pumpkins.
Did you say pelicans or pumpkins?
Pumpkins.
No, I thought Travis said pelicans.
It works on pelicans.
That'd be funny.
Jorge's got a good idea. You get yourself some dragon's breath and shoot them at him.
Where can I find it? Like, where can I go buy it? That's the problem.
All right, so
if there's a gun show, maybe.
Let's say that somebody in Pennsylvania buys some at a gun show, and somebody else lives in one of the Carolinas and wants to buy it. Is that okay to buy from somebody that had happened to buy some at a gun show in Pennsylvania?
I honestly don't know. I don't know about the transportation. I think if the person brought it, it'd be fine. I think it's the shipping that would be the issue. Yeah, I just can't answer that one. I think that could get the shipper in trouble.
Yeah. Have you never seen it down there, or have you just not really looked?
I haven't been to a gun show in a while, and while I'm at the gun show, I didn't specifically look, but if it jumped out at me, it would have jogged my memory and I would have bought it. But it's not like I was thinking, hey, I need to look for this, this, and this, and some dragon's breath. It was just like, hey, let's go to the gun show and just see what they got. And
yeah,
I've never seen it on a shelf, but I've also never tried to order any.
Yeah, I've never tried to order it either, but I see it at the gun show every time I go.
Probably I need to write out to my buddy's shop and see if he can just get a price on some, because I want him to get me some mini shells, and I think some dragon's breath would be cool.
Yeah. There's
I think the mini shells would be neat to try out.
I know Hard Target has the same 12 gauge I do. He has a Stevens 320, and he has a couple of videos with the mini shells, and he had a hard time with them.
See,
I'm cycling.
Yeah, I just want to try them.
Yeah, I mean, if they run, it's a cool idea for sure.
So mine's just got a 5-shot capacity, so mine doesn't have a big magazine.
Me either. Yeah, mine's like 6, I think. I took the plug out of it. I think mine's a 6. I like it. It's a nice shotgun. It's just, I got it super cheap. That was one of those deals, like you stumble upon deals. That was one that I stumbled upon for sure. $100. Yeah, $50 in cash, $50 in cash, and $50 in ammo.
Yeah, it's like I'm not even looking for a shotgun, but I'm taking that one.
Yeah. I was talking to a guy I used to work with, and I was like, I was thinking about buying a shotgun. I was thinking about buying a 320. I was like, I'd like to get a short shotgun for the house, but I don't want to, I was like, I don't want to spend a whole lot of money. I was thinking about buying a Stevens 320. He's like, I got one to sell you. Sell it to you for $100. I was like, how about $50 and $50 in ammo? That's 7.62 steel case. He's like, okay. I was like, shit, okay, cool.
Bam.
Yeah, I was like, bring it to work tomorrow. That was a good deal. Told the wife, I was like, hey, I got a revolver saying, do I EDC a flashlight? Yeah, I got 2 videos on it, bruh. It's the Olight.
Which one is it?
It's the 3TI, or wait, what is it? Shit. The i3T.
I just got the S. That's a little bit, that's longer than the one I got. I got the
no, this one's real small.
No, but mine's smaller than that. I got it's a small fat one. It's that SR2 baton.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I just bought one of those the other day. I'm rather impressed with how well it works.
This little guy's doing really good, man. I've dropped it. I use it in the kitchen like crazy. I keep it on my arm so I can use it in a cooler. I sent it through the washing machine once.
Me and another guy bought them at work when they had them on sale the other day, and they had a deal that if I came up a few bucks short, so if I bought something else, I got free shipping and a free headlamp. So I ended up getting a purple headlamp.
So yeah, I have a couple of them floating around.
But I got it for free, and it actually works really good.
Yeah, I I have a couple of the cheap Energizer ones that I use. I strap them on when I'm like underneath the stairs getting out like Christmas decorations and shit so I can go hands free.
It's like the best thing.
Yeah, they're nice.
I'm probably going to end up ordering one in another color now that I've tried this one out because it works good.
Yeah. They make some that are huge, like really big and like super bright, like way more than you need.
Yeah.
I also keep one in like a bug out bag because I mean, if you ever really do need to bug out or do something like that, you're not going to want to be carrying a flashlight in your hands when you could be carrying some more essentials and you just have that on your head. You know what I mean? It's definitely a good way to go. I'm a big proponent of that.
And the light goes where the head goes. So you're not shining the light down here at this angle and the eyes from up here. It's right with the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pretty good light source.
Yeah, he's saying he likes the O lights. Yeah, this is the one I got this one from G from Gun Channels. He made a sweet little deal with him. They asked him if he wanted to do a review on one of the O lights. He's like, well, yeah, how about you send me like 5 of them? And they did. He got a couple of different ones. He had 2 or 3 of these, and then he has like the one. I don't know if he got the one you're talking about, but he had gotten one of the larger ones that has the magnetic or the, I don't know what you call it, charging.
It's a magnetic charger.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's a little bigger.
They make another one that's like, I got a Streamlight Defender on my belt that I carry. Mm-hmm. To make another one that's that size that I'm wanting to get to replace that. Oh, it's a Surefire I have. I'm sorry. To replace that Surefire. The
one that I was actually looking at buying a Streamlight Mini, and it didn't do it. And then this popped up, and I was able to get this one. But they make the stylus, the bigger one. It's more like a pen, like it's the length of a pen. Mm-hmm. Olight makes one of those too. They're really nice. It's like a 2 triple. This is a 1 AAA. I think it's a 2 AAA.
I'm really impressed so far with the Olight brightness and the battery life so far. I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, I like it. I think it does a good job. The battery it came with was like a crappy, cheap knockoff battery, so it didn't last all that long, I don't think. But something else that was neat too is this has a low and high. You click it once and it's low. You click it twice and it's high. But what's neat is when the battery's getting low, it doesn't let you click on the high. Mm-hmm. So I noticed that I didn't know it was like that. So I was just using it at work one day. I was like, man, why won't it click on the high? And change the battery, and then it did. So it's like not a safety feature, but it's kind of neat.
That Valkyrie PL2 Mini that the Pants is talking about, it's a pretty dang cool little light too. It's got that magnetic charger, and it's nice and slim, especially for a compact. Like on a Glock 19, SIG P320, CZ P10C. It doesn't stick out past the end of the barrel. They're pretty neat.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I have 2 Streamlights. I have the Streamlight, the HL1S has the strobe on it. That's the big one. And then I have the smaller one.
You talking about the weapon light or the handheld?
Weapon light.
TLR1.
It's the TRL or TLR1 HLS. It's like the high lumen with the strobe feature.
That strobe is not worth the extra money, in my opinion.
I got it. Yeah, I mean, I bought it just because I bought it. It was literally like it was on sale, and it was the same price as the one that didn't have the strobe.
Yeah. Now I wouldn't purposely not get it, but I wouldn't ever pay any extra for it because my work light has a strobe on it. I've never used it. Never ever once used it. So
now I don't know if it's the Olight or the other brand that's similar to it. There's one for like $19.
Yeah, the one that I have here is like $19, like $20.
Yeah, it's like dirt cheap.
I paid like $42 for mine, or something like that. $45.
Revolver is saying
Okay, I'll show
there's
it to you.
Revolver is saying there's a flash sale on the one that I have in copper.
Oh,
1 to
yeah.
3.
I saw that. Yeah. That thing looks pretty cool. It's like pure copper. That's pretty neat.
Strobe makes the bad guy look like he's running in slow motion. This guy's kicking my ass in slow motion.
That's the one I've got.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Little
short.
stumpy. Yeah.
It's short and fat. It's got the little magnetic charger, and it's got.
I like that. Yeah.
And it's got like 5 different settings. It's got like a moonlight, and then it goes up from there. And the bright is actually, see, that's middle. Then you go, wait, hold on. Brighter.
How many lumens is high? Do you know?
Hold on. There it is. I don't know. Pretty bright. I'd have to look at the package and see.
I think this one's like, it's like 160 lumens or something. It's not actually. I have the.
Isn't that $19 one the highest one on it is like 185, and then it goes to like 2 something if your battery's like fully charged, but it goes higher if you actually use one of their batteries. If you use a regular battery, like 185 is the most, and if you use one of their batteries with a higher milliamp hours, you can actually get a brighter setting.
I don't know. It's the one that I have, the EOS, is 180 on high or 5 lumens on low.
Yeah, I said 185 is like around 180. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
So, but you got 0.5. That's like Sarge says, that's like like an evening setting, whatever the term was.
Yeah, it's enough to, like, for me. I love it. I honestly, like, I never really even thought about carrying a flashlight with me at work. I use it all the time at work.
Until you get used to it.
Yeah. And I keep it on my shoulder. So whenever I go into the cooler and I'm doing the order or whatever, I used to have to pull my phone out and use the phone as the flashlight to look in the, because we have one light. When you first go into the cooler, the light bulb is like behind you. So when you go in and you turn, and you're in those corners and stuff, it's not very bright. It's a real pain in the ass when I'm doing orders and stuff. So, yeah, I recommend it, man. I mean, I'm not going to recommend it necessarily over I've never had a Streamlight. I've never had the Streamlight version, so I can't really say, but I do really like it. It's
the maximum output on that brightest setting is 1,000 lumens.
Jesus.
That's on the max.
Whew. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's like 8 times brighter than mine.
Trying to see what the other ones are. Okay. All right. At level 5, it'll run for 8 days on a charge.
That's a long stakeout, my friend.
But at the top one, it'll last for 37 minutes. Okay.
Well, that's how this one is. It's like 18 minutes on the top one. I'm using it like 20 seconds.
The moonlight is 0.5 lumens, and then it goes to 12 lumens, then to 60, then to 600, and then to 1,000. But those low ones are real good when it's really dark and you're trying to look at something, because the bright ones wash out. You can't see what you're looking at when you're trying to look at, like, trying to read something.
Yeah.
The super bright ones, it washes everything out, kills your night vision.
Is your light a soft white, or is it the other version of the LED? Because they have a soft white, and then they have one where the light is like super hard.
It's like a white light, but it's not. It doesn't have like the blue tint.
Okay,
that's where when I did my review,
pretty white light. I mean, I like the color of it. It's not changing what you're looking at.
Right. when I did my review of the Olight, I compared it to like one of these little guys that you get from like Harbor Freight or somewhere, you know. And these are great. I mean, they're super cheap and they do the job.
They work,
but they have like a blue tint to them, and I hate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
we call
super
those.
weird.
Those are meth lights.
Huh.
You stop a girl that's in a car, like a '95 Oldsmobile, registered to her grandmother, and you find a Crown Royal bag in it. Well, in her purse, she's going to have about 6 of those for whatever reason. 6 of those $1.75 lights that you buy at the gas station. I don't know why, but they have them. It's a meth light.
She's so high, she keeps forgetting that she has them. She buys another one every time.
I don't know. Like I said, Crown a '95 Oldsmobile Delta 88 rolling around at 1 o'clock in the morning, registered to a 90-year-old female. It's one of the usual suspects.
Yeah, right.
So you need to have another contest.
I need to have another contest?
Yes, and in said contest, if you win, you have to do a food video like the Reuben video. Because I think Fine Ape won. So you need to have a contest that I can win, so I can make you do the chicken video.
Oh, the chicken video. Well, we'll do a contest and we'll do your grilled cheese and see if anybody else can get as close to catching on fire as you did.
Yeah. Man, that thing was wonderful. It was wonderful. It didn't catch on fire. It didn't even smoke. It's a little crispy on the edge.
Cripsy. Get it, Cripsy?
Yeah. That's good, though.
I want to see you shave your mustache by setting it on fire.
Hey, no. If we do no shave November, I will shave it off to start the month.
Oh, really?
I did last year.
Oh, is that how you do it? Yeah.
Start off fresh.
I bet your lip looks huge. You look like Homer
it's
Simpson.
Longer. It's like that long now. When you grow a mustache, your lip just grows underneath it.
It drags so it down all that extra
exactly.
weight.
Exactly. Yeah. That's right.
So
that mustache must weigh at least 12 pounds, right?
No.
Yeah, I got a couple other videos I gotta do some voiceovers for. About I've taken some videos of prep, like breaking down. I did that video of breaking down the Wagyu of New York. I've got one with a ribeye that I should do. It's just I think there's enough people out there that would be interested in seeing it, because I think people get intimidated by it. You know, they're like, you get a whole ribeye or a whole New York, and they're like, oh my god, what do I like? People are getting nervous about breaking something like that down, but it's so nice, man. If you're having a cookout, or even if you split it with a friend, like, hey, let's go halves on a ribeye. You know, cut those dang things, and for $7 a piece, $6 a piece for a really nice steak, to be able to save that kind of money, it's awesome. People look at it sometimes and they just get like nervous, you know, like they're going to screw it up or something.
The hardest part is coming up with the right rub for it. That's really the hardest part, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, there's a lot of trial and error in that too. I mean, I think when people worry too much, you know, they get nervous, like, I don't want to screw it up. But there's so much stuff on the internet nowadays. You know, look at a bunch of different recipes and sort of piece them together yourself and take what you like and don't like. You know?
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it's all about experimentation. Because there's so many ways to make a steak.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, if you screw it up, I'll eat it.
Yeah, I don't really give a shit. I'm the same way. I mean, I grew up eating, you know, when I was a kid, I grew up eating stuff that was well done, and, you know, you're used to it, and you grow away from it. But even, and people always make comments about things that are well done, like, oh, that sucks. when people come in and order that. But
just get chicken.
Well, I would, I always say though, if you always eat a well done steak, that's what you're used to, and most places just disregard it and they just kind of cook the shit out of it and they don't really care about it. If you come into my place and order a well done steak and I cook it to the best of our ability, or we do, and it's still moist and it's still got tender, it's not overcooked and it's not dry, it's still going to be the best steak you've ever had because you're used to something shitty. So, you can still win people over even though they're still, they're ordering something well done. Joseph Cooper out there. Hey, Joseph, I don't know that I've ever seen you in here before. Says he buys 15 to 17 pound bulk from Cisco.
Cisco?
Vids on how to cut and cook.
Did he mean Costco?
Maybe, yeah. And yeah, Costco actually does. Costco does a pretty good job with their meats. Their stuff, they do a pretty good job as far as quality wise.
I personally like my steaks where they're able to give me a little elbow. So I don't like them fully dead, but that's just me. So we got two nice pieces of steaks. I mean, 2 nice pieces of steaks. I can't believe she even brought those home. I looked at them and was just like, holy shit. That's like my cell phone bill. So she brought it home and I asked her, do you want me to sear them and then put them in the oven or just put them in the oven? Now I know she likes her stuff well done. I can't stand it well done. Once I started doing the searing and then just, keeping it enough where the cat can at least still give me their last words before I eat it, that's how I like it. So I seared it for her. I seared it for me, and hers I put in the oven. And after they were done, and I let them breathe, let the juices finish out outside the oven, she started eating hers, and I took a bite out of mine, and it had the marbling was just enough just to have a little fat within the steak itself. I gave her a piece of that. I thought she was going to grab the whole steak off my plate right then and there. I'm just like, here, you take mine. I was just like, nah.
Yeah.
I pushed her hand away real quick. No, sorry.
Stab her with a fork.
You have to wait till next month till you can afford those 2, and then get them again, and I'll make it for you the same way.
Oh, YP is saying Cisco is a food service. Cisco, that's Cisco. There's Cisco, there's Costco, and there's Cisco with a SYSCO, Cisco.
Oh, I guess where they are, they have a Cisco.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as a Costco?
No, it's either there is a company called Cisco though that's spelled like that, but what?
I think it's spelled.
That's not a food.
Well, like that.
That's the Cisco. Yeah, but there is a company called Cisco, but I don't know what they do.
Cisco makes routers and stuff.
Yeah.
Is it electronics?
They're telecommunications wireless.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cisco SYCO.
Food services like that one out there, I think.
Yeah, it is. Yep. Yeah. Okay.
It was like a wholesale type of company?
No, it's food service. It's restaurant supply.
Okay.
Restaurant supply only.
Okay.
Yeah. U.S. Food, Cisco, and tons of them. Yeah, Cisco's huge. Cisco's one of the largest purveyors in the United States.
It's one of the biggest ones I see around here, Cisco.
Well, Cisco's huge. Yeah,
there's other ones, but that's one of the ones I see.
Yeah. U.S. Foods is another one. It's real big around here. Then there's a bunch of smaller ones, but Cisco is like a giant. I mean, Cisco is like, when Cisco actually tried to merge with US, I don't know if it went through or not. They were talking about it being like a monopoly. I don't know what happened with it, but yeah, Cisco's crazy. Like you out in California and stuff, they don't have they have whole farms of stuff. You know what I mean? It's like they have, thousands of acres of, farms that are growing tomatoes just for them. It's not like farms who are like, hey, it's not like a lot of smaller places where they're like, okay, you need this and you need that, and we can supply you with this and you with this. It's kind of the opposite, where they're like, all right, we own this farm. This is us. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, if I had the money, I would order my steak by the cow.
Yeah, there's a lot of places to do that. The Wagyu that we're using is, that local Wagyu that I threw like the picture up on the other day. They're small enough that's how they're doing it pretty much. Is they'll take one of the one of the heads to slaughter, two of the heads to slaughter a week or something like that.
Yeah, but they'll make their money for the year just with those 2 cows. That's how expensive the Wagyu is.
No, they're doing a good job too. What's nice is their prices are competitive. They're better than the place that we used to be using. We used to be using, it's called Snake River Farms. It's out in Idaho. The largest producer of American Wagyu in the United States. That's who we were going through. And that's like when G-Webs and those guys were out at SHOT Show, they went to that really high-end restaurant. I can't remember the name of the steakhouse, but they were talking about this American Wagyu that they were getting, and the chef came out and they were talking about it and all this stuff, and it's awesome. I went on their website, and that's where they're getting it from. Same place I used to be getting it from. It's not anything, that a normal restaurant can't get from them, if they really try. We switched from that to this local farm, and it's awesome because, he'll swing by with like cool tips and chunks and scraps and all sorts of stuff. He'd be like, "Hey, I got a chunk of sirloin. Do you want it?" And I'm like, "Oh, sure, I'll figure it out. Something to do with it, So I'll do steak and eggs or something on brunch one week."
That's the stuff he's selling, or that's the stuff he's sampling for you?
Yeah, both, because it's kind of small. Like, if they it's hard to put some of the stuff on the menu because they don't get it a whole lot, right? You only get like 2 tenderloins off of a cow. So if I put something on the menu, then he will hold it back and not sell it to the other restaurants that he's dealing with so that I can have it for the restaurant.
Okay.
But, which is cool. But on the other side of that, if they take a couple of cows to slaughter and he has like, "Hey, I've got 2 sirloins. Do you want them?" Sure, I'll run them for a special, What are they talking about there? You should refer C4. What are they talking about? You should refer them to Angelina.
She was talking about some marriage counselor or something. So they need it after tonight.
Yeah. Thank you, Revolver. Apparently nobody else noticed that the screen was locked on Sarge the whole time.
Was it? God. It wasn't on my side. I apologize for that.
Was he picking his mustache?
No, it was me. It was, I think, from when you were showing the flashlight. Yeah. Help for mirages.
Well, if you're seeking marital advice, Angelina is definitely the one to go to.
Yeah, I would imagine, right?
All right. I think I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, we're gonna shut it down.
I'm not hanging
out. I'm not hanging out here with just me and John. He'll start trying to do stuff.
Oh, come on.
There's Black Cat now. How you doing, bud? You're just here for the last 30 seconds?
Are you kidding?
Son of a bitch, this shit. Well, he's working his weird hours now.
He just probably slept for like 11 hours. Now he wakes up.
Well, I'm going to go upstairs and try and sleep for a couple hours. So shutting this down seems like a good idea.
What's the rush?
Oh, you just got up.
I told you he just got up.
Yeah. So John, what's going on with you, man? Anything new?
Not
We'll
much.
say our goodbyes here.
Not much. Thanks for the invite.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to Tulsa? You gonna try and go out again?
Nah, not November.
No.
Maybe, hopefully, next April, I'll get have a chance to come out again. If I'm not already out there, I don't know. We'll see.
Did we quark a van chat pants?
Is it Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday.
Oh, we might have corked the van chat.
But your chats are notoriously long, so
yeah, you know,
kind of a known thing.
Yeah. Yeah, Ape. Yeah, Jorge's sleep apnea. Yeah, sleep apnea sucks, man. Sleep apnea blows.
Yes, it does.
Sarge, what's going on your end?
Me?
Yeah.
Let's say I tried my hand at an unboxing video, which was kind of fun. I wanted to do one for a while, and it's not like I'm going to do like 4 or 5 in a row, but I do have some things I want to do them on, so I'm going to space them out. But it's actually kind of fun, so kind of a new area. Go start doing stuff like that. That's about it. I'm going to blow some pumpkins up tomorrow, I think. That'd be a good project.
I think you know what else would be cool to shoot pumpkins with? Are you talking about those?
I just want to blow something up tomorrow for Halloween.
Heck yeah.
I can't really blow up any stale peeps.
Yeah. You could load them in there. You got a muzzle loader?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I guess anything you shove down the muzzle of a shotgun makes it a muzzle loader.
You want your rifling to disappear. Try to shoot peeps out of them.
Like Elmer Fudd, just be standing there,
pounding in there. Yeah, yeah. The barrel goes.
Yeah, it's completely safe. You just get a little charring. You're absolutely none the worse for wear.
The place at the gun show that I go to, they have a bunch of different stuff. Black Hat says he's going to use a 10 gauge. That'll do it.
Always got to outdo somebody.
That'll do it.
Mine's a 12 gauge. It's 2 more.
Oh, it's 2 more gauges, right?
Yeah. 2 more.
Yeah. The place that has the Dragon's Breath always has like the Bolo rounds, the flechettes. Have you ever seen the flechette rounds? Yeah, the beanbag rounds, all that kind of shit. That's what you guys have beanbag rounds? You should get some of them and shoot that at pumpkin just to see what the hell happens. See if it'll.
No beanbags.
No beanbags.
I guess I could tase a pumpkin, see what happens, but it doesn't react.
Smell like pumpkin pie.
Doesn't do anything.
How about that video? How about that dude that grabbed the cop's taser and tased both of them? That was some shit, huh?
I tell you, that was bad.
Yeah, I can't believe that dude's still alive.
That's bad.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, being tased is no joke. I'm getting hung
Clover
up in
got
those.
tased. You ever see that video? Yeah.
Do what?
I said Clover has a video of him getting tased.
Like a straight up taser?
Yeah. Yeah.
It ain't no fun.
I'd rather be tased than maced in the face.
I don't know.
I'd rather be maced in the face than have to look at your face.
Well, that's different.
There you go. It's decision time.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
Black Cat got tased in the face once. He looks like the goddamn Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah. They thought he said, "Yeah, I want a face change."
Say what? Let's just pause for that. Okay.
Pause for this intermission.
Yeah.
They said a zombie survival store in Vegas sold dragon's breath. Yeah, man. I don't know. There's a gun show up here, like the 8th and 9th of December. Take a road trip up here.
I say you never know. We had actually talked about going up there after Christmas when it's cold. So never know.
Yeah.
Might come through.
One of you need to get a flamethrower.
Yeah, John, are you allowed to have a flamethrower?
Yeah, I wish. My flamethrower is on the thing called the gas range. That's all I'm allowed to have.
They have those ones that was the X something or other.
The XM100, yeah. XM1000 or something like that, yeah.
Something, I don't know.
I would love to have one of those. Yeah.
Be good.
Can you get them?
I think so. I don't know.
Well, what are you waiting for?
I'm broke. Bitch.
Excuses. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find my head.
I'm broke, bitch.
Dang it, Bobby.
I think for Sarge, I think you should keep one of those little flamethrowers in the trunk of your squad car.
There you go.
There's some places that would come in handy.
When shit gets real.
Sarge has the flamethrower right next to the little packages of tannerite.
That's when the guys call me on the radio, tell me to bring the flamethrower that way. 1017.
Right. X42 and the X15. There you go.
There you go. That's it.
What is that? Oh, what is that?
Psycho saying if you buy Dragon's Breath, you have to pay a hazmat fee. I don't know.
Yeah, there's something to do with the transporting of it.
What is Dragon's Breath?
It's basically like, is it magnesium, right?
I think it's magnesium. Yeah. That's a flammable metal.
Yeah.
And it's made for what, a shotgun?
Yeah.
Just type in like 12 gauge Dragon's Breath and look out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It basically turns a 12 gauge shotgun into a flamethrower. So
just
nice.
About. It's more like having a whole bunch of little tiny Roman candles in a shotgun shell. Kinda.
That's pretty cool.
That's not a good idea, though. Don't put it that way, because my friends and I used to shoot Roman candles at each other all the time.
Good old days.
That was before they were even legal in PA.
It's like a paintball with fire.
Nice. All right. So what do you say? We shut this shit down?
Hey, I just got here, man. I ain't calling that.
Exactly. I'm fucking beat.
I just got up. So
well, that's not my problem. What do you got going on? Anything?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm getting ready for work, bud.
Yeah.
I'm getting dressed. I can turn the camera on if you want.
No, we're good. We're good.
Cool.
Oh yeah. I'm just in my boxers now, drinking coffee. I really can.
My phone's waterproof. I always threaten to go live in the shower.
So my phone is too. There you go.
All well and good till you drop your phone, and then it gets crazy.
We have Quirk Van Chat with Shower Chat. See?
There you go.
Dropping the soap with Midnight Range TM.
Yeah. Don't drop the soap. Don't drop the soap Sunday nights.
Ew.
All right. I will see you guys later. Let's shut this dumb, crazy stupidness down.
Watch
get
that
some
video
sleep.
in the side chat when you're done. You can thank me later if you haven't already seen it.
Oh, okay.
Because you'll be singing that song for at least the next month.
In the shower every night.
If you haven't watched the video, then if you have, that's okay. But you'll be singing it for a month. So there you
go. Mia saying, show Dragon's Breath YouTube videos. That's you guys' job. You go look up your own videos. I'm getting tired. Say they sell steaks at Waffle House. How do you think we sell steak and eggs? You damn fool. So it is too late to be talking to you guys. I will see you later. Thanks for coming. I'll see you next week.
Give him the bird.
Give him the bird and do some other stuff.